Everybody, just a quick word before we get started. In today's episode, Cameron, playing the druid Lear, actually chose a form of a snake that he thought was a beast. He looked it up in the 5e tools. Unfortunately, 5e tools has it miscategorized as a beast. In reality, this is a monstrosity. Now, accidents happen and life goes on in gaming. So he's going to be using this form for this episode, and then going forward, he's going to just not use it. So sorry for any confusion, and here's the episode. Everybody, welcome. We are in episode 3 of our homebrew campaign, Factions of Fate, Forgotten Realms Adventure. Thanks for joining us. Before we get any further, please like and subscribe to the video. We appreciate it. It's a small thing, but it means a lot to us. We appreciate that. Also, Mike loves when you comment. He's a reader. He really is. And reading comments is just one of the many things he reads. Before the game was started, we were talking about reading, and Mike's probably read 5 books for every page I've read. So
you read the entire Dune series many times, I think is what you summarized.
At least 3 times.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Goodness.
Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time, I've read too many times.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you won't have to read anything here, thankfully. Just
our awesome dice rolls.
All right. But you will have to find something to do for next week, because we are going to be off next week. I know. We got some family obligations that we got to take care of, so we will be doing that instead, unfortunately. Just a reminder, we are all level 9, and the character details are listed below. In addition, if you want to skip the introduction and get right to the game, that link is also below. So we put a lot of stuff below.
You gotta click the little spam button.
Yeah, just go down there. So anything else you want to talk about or cover before we get this game going? Anybody? Oh, Cameron. I forgot. If anybody's wondering, Cameron is traveling, but he decided he was going to still try to make the game. So
he's not currently moving, though.
Yeah,
he's traveling without moving.
Yeah, there he is. So we'll try to get your mic and everything set up and working correctly. And
it's live from his prison cell.
Yeah.
What happened again?
If the guards,
I can't disclose that information.
If the guards come in, let's turn the video off. All right. Well, before Cameron gets paroled, let's start playing this game. Previously, Flander and Jeru arrived in Tribor, a town that had been under a crime spree of late, just in time for the election of a new Lord Protector. It's a contest between incumbent Darath Rashrandrel and a newcomer, Duvessa Shane. Flander had a grand reunion with his friend Eckankar, a Tribor native and member of the 12, and met Eckankar's furbolg friend Lear, played by prison attendee Cameron, apparently. During the reunion, Eckankar was called to the Lord Protector's tower. The party made their way toward town. They first encountered some happenings at the wizard Hyruth Kolstag's place, but decided to return later. However, they were a bit shocked by the sudden arrival of 5 humanoids who appeared before them as they traveled toward town. The arrivals tried to just leave, but Eckankar demanded they answer questions.
They were like, I don't think so. Don't talk.
No.
Yeah. Which led to a battle. During the fight, one of the arrivals carrying lightning in a bottle fell, and the others escaped. Jeru decided to investigate the fallen, taking the lightning in a bottle for himself, and Flander and Eckankar jumped on the back of a huge lion that was Lear and raced after the escaping combatants. While in pursuit, Eckankar saw Duvessa Shane. If you recall, she's the one who's actually running for office against Darath Rashrandrel. But she was on an enchanted metal horse uncharacteristically wearing armor and donning a magical hairpiece, and she even had like these blue things spinning around her head.
She was a pretty princess.
Yeah, she was a pretty princess. But unfortunately, Eckankar was just, when you're on top of a lion, it's really hard to get out of being on top of a lion.
It's true.
It's kind of like you're on rails.
With like Led Zeppelin playing in the background.
Yeah, I'm allowed to do that once an episode before YouTube slaps me for infringement. All right. Meanwhile, Hemo and Theo were enjoying a pleasant evening at the school when Hemo was visited by a representative of the Harpel family of Long Saddle. Hemo was given the news that he owed 30,000 gold pieces from a lien on his property. If that wasn't bad enough, soon after that, they heard the commotion in the streets. As Hemo donned his armor, his neighbor, the legendary dwarven weaponsmith Gelrin Bowhammer, waddled his way into the streets and launched a trap that tried to capture the fleeing humanoids as they passed by his shop. Hemo and Theo raced to aid Bowhammer, but not before the three humanoids ganged up on Bowhammer and dropped him. Soon, Eckankar, Flander, and the lion that was Lear arrived to aid them. Eckankar had some laundry on him and part of a sign, but they made it just the same.
There's a X-shaped head hole through a sign.
Jaru finally caught up as well. Together, our heroes managed to bring down this band of fleeing enemies. Well, you guys have done a lot in just 2 episodes. We're not even done yet. Garrig, the Tribor 12, arrived and ordered the soldiers to take the bodies to the tower. You all went to speak with Lord Protector Drothra Chandel, who wanted answers. Who could blame her? It's then that Duvessa Shane, dressed in her more traditional common garb, appeared to give an eloquent speech denouncing Chandrel and what had been happening in town. In spite of Chandrel's and your best efforts, the crowd turned against Drothra, and the angry crowd turned into a celebration for the soon-to-be elected Duvessa Shane. This is not going well. Lord Protector Chandrel retreated into the tower. She questioned some of our main characters on their loyalty to Tribor. Watching you. Questioned Eckankar and Hemo on their recent conflict with the goblins and the fire elementals, then made it perfectly clear she's anxious about the election.
And was absolutely racist towards me.
And me.
Wasn't racist toward you.
She was fucking sure shit was.
So you guys are definitely
straight out racist.
At least out of townist, for sure.
She's probably out of townist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She called out to Shatter Kai.
Well,
so
but you are Shatter Kai.
Racist.
Wow.
Did she generalize behaviors or traits related to Shatter Kai?
She sure did. Whenever Shatter Kai appear, misery and whatever follow.
Okay, that's
yeah, but you agreed though.
Well, it did kind of happen that way.
I didn't say it was a lie.
Yeah,
I just said it was racist.
Maybe a little. You know what?
I guess you can be racist against yourself too.
Yeah,
that's fair.
So self-aware.
Yeah, self-aware. Okay. Lear,
of my
Lear, who is also self-aware, discovered that Chandrel was hiding something in the tower level, but was prevented from going down there. In the end, the Lord Protector decided that it was more important for the party to help her remain in office and ordered Eckankar to find a way to discredit Duvessa Shane. Meanwhile, one last thing here before I almost forgot about this. If there wasn't enough going on, the wizard Haruth Kolstag appeared in a cloud of smoke to air his grievances, as it wasn't even Festivus. That's a Seinfeld thing for you young ones.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Concerning... And now for the feats of strength. Concerning his missing lightning in a bottle between... Jaru, but then Jaru returned it to him. He left without much of a thank you. It's kind of but he just took his thing and left.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back
after such a gesture of good faith.
I know. So there's where we start. It's the next morning. Hemo and Theo are back at the school. Eckankar is at his house, and the rest of the group is, I'm assuming, camping outside. Did you do like your...
Did a Lehman's tiny hut outside in some field that isn't
6 windows
or whatever.
I'm assuming it was kind of like up between the house and the
in the backyard.
Yeah, well, between the house and
a tent in the backyard.
Yeah, we'll pretend in the backyard.
Just in the fringe of the alfalfa field there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you guys are ready to get going and playing this game?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Heck yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. The sun barely lights the sky above Tribor when, let me see which one of you. We'll say Flander. When Flander, you wake up to a loud clatter. Cling. You look up from the tiny hut that you're in. That Jaru made a tiny hut for you, and it's all like a gray, so you can't see it into it. You look up from the tiny hut that you made the previous night, staring directly into a goblin's ass crack.
Oh. Suddenly I don't want breakfast.
Well, more precisely, you're looking at the backside of a goblin, bending over to lift a wooden beam with another goblin.
So just a crack, not all the way down.
No, not just a crack.
Just the plumber's crack.
Just the plumber's crack.
Much better visual image.
They're chatting to each other.
So the workers are wearing pants.
Yeah, they're wearing
That's good to
pants.
know.
But that wasn't the first thing you saw. You're like, wow, that's a crack. And they are chatting to each other in the goblin tongue as another one loudly drops the ladder against the wall to Eckankar's house. Flander, what are you gonna do? You see, they're kind of looks like they're kind of starting work for the day. They're getting loud. They woke you up. The rest of the group is sort of still slightly sleeping. They might have slept that initial clatter.
Well, I'm awake now. I suppose I'll get up. Is Jaru still asleep?
Yeah, looks like everybody is sort of
I
still
don't
out.
sleep.
Well, you're meditating, right?
Yeah. He's like sitting like in a lotus position and just sitting. Well, you're half elven. You should know these things.
Yeah, I get it. Yep.
Yeah. The rest of you,
it's not my first rodeo with elves.
all right. What are you gonna do? You gonna wake everybody up, or?
I think I might just get up, yawn, stretch, fart, and then walk around a little bit.
All right.
Well, that'll wake me up. That'll pull me out of my trance.
Okay. Flander, you come walking out. I will. Let me see what happens here with the rest of you. Oh wow! I rolled a 2, a 1, and a 3. The rest of you are still sleeping.
Fucking Dutch oven me. Son of a bitch.
As a barn, does Flander's morning gas have a certain particular pitch?
Well, you're
so musical.
You're in Tribor, so it all smells like horse and alfalfa right now. So you know,
it's not much different outside.
Yeah.
Actually,
outside the bubble.
He's so musical, he farts chords.
Toot, 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 toot.
Chords of
Harmonious flatulence, yes.
Yeah. All right. Wow. We are all 14 again. All right.
Flatulence
Flander.
and fugue.
As the 14-year-old self of you climbs out of the hut, you can see from down the road 2 horses with riders are casually walking toward the house. You recognize one of them as being Garrig, and the other one is a beautiful ebony skinned woman who you might have seen her yesterday in front of Eckankar's house, but she's also riding. They're riding together. You can see they're a little bit of ways away, but they kind of seem to be walking up at a leisurely pace.
Mm-hmm. And I'll just kind of walk up to the front of the house, and if they are turning towards the house, I'll just, good morning.
So as you get close to the house, you can see Garrick actually raises his hand and gives you a polite wave as the horses turn up the small little trail that leads to the front part of the house. There's just off to the side is the stable where probably Eckankar's horse and probably your horse is probably stabled in. Right. And between that and you can see there is the Lehman's tiny hut there and 4 goblins running amok. Creating quite a clatter. Garrick,
they're not doing anything that they shouldn't, I presume.
No, I mean,
on the house.
You don't have lit torches.
Yeah, no, I mean,
no pitchforks.
They're not trying to sack my home.
If you have an engineering degree, you can determine what the quality of their build is, but
you don't need an engineering degree.
You see a warrant in anybody's hand?
Yeah, a warrant.
Yeah.
All right. So Garrick dismounts off of his horse, but the other woman, whose name is Kali, you might not remember that, she remains on her horse as she takes the reins and rides up closer, standing just outside of the edge of the tiny hut. Garrick walks up and says to you, Eckankar inside. He is carrying with him a small basket, I'll let you know, an uncharacteristic basket.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know if he's up yet. I just woke up myself.
Yeah.
I just got to go and see to my horse.
He reaches into the basket and he pulls out from the basket a piece of bread. It appears to be sweet bread. It has the smell of honey and it's been freshly baked. It's warm and you can immediately smell it. And he hands it over to you.
Eck is so popular. People just give him stuff.
Well, is this for Eckankar, I presume?
He smiles and says, "It's for you."
For me.
I figured you'd be hungry.
Oh, well, that's very kind. What do I owe such a gift?
I had extra. And he kind of smiles at you and he walks up the 2 steps toward the house and he knocks twice on the door and pushes it open. Eckankar, are you awake?
I am now. What? Garrick, is that you?
As you crawl out from your room, you can see that Jorlins is already up and she has made tea and she's sitting at the small table sipping tea, and she looks up and to Garrick and says, "Hi, Garrick, come in." Yeah, he walks in. He walks in the house, looking back at Kali for just a kind of a nod, and walks back in. Well met, Eckankar. I passed a bakery cart filled with sweet bread, and of course, I couldn't resist after a long night. And he sets the basket down on the table in front of Jorlins and says, "But I think I bought too much. I'll leave the rest for you."
Oh, thank you, Garrick. I appreciate it. I could use one of those. And he grabs one and starts eating. What do I owe the pleasure this morning?
Well, the truth is I had an alternative motive for coming out here, but enjoy the breads anyway. Come, we should walk outside. He kind of looks over at Jorlins with a smile. Enjoy the bread.
I'll give Jorlins a kiss on the head and then walk out with him.
All right. He walks outside and walks kind of over to where the gray dome is. Inside, the rest of the group you are stirring. The rest of you start waking up. You can see.
It's just me, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think it's just it's you and Lear. I would assume.
Lear. Yep.
Yeah. Assume as Lear is in there too. The other 2 of you stir. You wake up to seeing.
You wake up in a musty tiny hut.
Like, what in the world happened here?
What's going on? I'm losing control.
Gray and it smells like it.
You woke up to see Flander standing on the stoop of the house, finishing up some sweet bread, and you can see 4 horse legs nearby, just kind of standing right there, and the legs of a woman soldier from Tribor, another horse behind that horse. Out from the door comes a Garrick, followed by Eckankar. Garrick is speaking to Eckankar. So what's of this situation with Shane and your friend? He asks you as he clears the door and the door closes behind.
Duvessa Shane, you mean?
And your friend, this Finnis.
Not sure how Finnis is tied into this. If being honest, I haven't had word with him, and it's been years now. I'm not too sure how he's involved.
Oh, I've known you for a few years since you've returned back from that adventure that you speak of, and you've hardly mentioned this Finnis. Is this going to be a problem for you?
No. It's whoever Finnis is doing. No, it's not going to be a problem. Finnis is a friend of mine, and I don't believe he'd do anything against me or this town. I'm sure of it.
Well, it's not entirely sure that Duvessa is doing anything against the town as it is. He kind of raises a brow to you. You think he might be a neutral party in this whole situation, and he's not sure which way to go. Although he serves the 12, he is maybe not as apt to jump on the save Chandrel at any cost bandwagon. He says to you, well, and he looks over at the dome, knowing that people are inside, but not knowing that anybody's there.
I'll let it go.
Okay, it just goes.
And I'll start basically, yes, good morning.
He gives you a nod, and he looks over at Lear and gives Lear a nod, and he looks back and kind of leans into Eckankar, kind of talking softly, but you can still hear him. It doesn't appear like he's necessarily trying to be to avoid you hearing it, but probably just wants to keep it on the low anyway. And he asks you, "What can you tell me of him, this Finis?"
He's a powerful cleric. Being honest, he didn't talk much about himself, but he was a strong companion of mine. I don't know where he went. He said that he had to go to the Silvery Moon and didn't speak much about why, just that he needed to go.
And Duvessa, she is a priestess of Kalimvor, the same priest, the same follower that your Finis is. Is that what I understand?
Yes, that's true.
Well, when I spoke with Miss Shane when she first arrived in Tribor, she was quiet then, but strange for being a priestess of the Death God. I'm not one to know much beyond Helm, but I can't say I understand how anyone could follow a god of death.
Because there's something we all face.
Give me, everybody who's here is allowed to give me a religion roll.
Would it be reasonable to have Iman himself up already? Because we are both elves and would only have the 4-hour trance too.
Sure, you guys should be awake, but
you're over soonish.
Yeah, you'll have your own situation coming up.
Okay, I want to jump ahead.
That's fine. So let's see. Mike got a 12, Graham got a 13, and
nice
Zach got a natural 1. All right.
I didn't do a lot of reading on Kalimvor.
Graham, as you are sitting there, you know that Kalimvor is considered one of the most benevolent of all death gods. The previous death gods like Baal and Merkel and all those other ones, Cyric, they were all sort of gods of sinister death, about pain and punishment. But Kalimvor is not that way. Kalimvor is more like that death is a transition. And so he is probably one of the least sinister or vile of all the death gods that have been around. Kalimvor priests also are often protectors of people against the undead. In fact, they find the undead to be a bastardization of the life and death cycle.
As does the Shadar-kai, actually.
Noted.
Now we'll explain a little bit of that to Garrig. And Finis was a devout follower of the said god, but he was more of a protector of those living, rather than one to aid them in the transition until it was time.
Garrig says, "Yes, I feel that I understand where the Lord Protector is coming from, though, because the woman who I've seen of late, the one who's running for this position, acts much differently than she was before. But which is the true Duvessa Shane? The one who showed before, or the one who is here now?"
So tell me, this before, how long ago was that?
Well, she's been here well over a year.
When did you start noticing a change?
Just about, well, I personally noticed a change when she first made her announcement about a month ago.
And when did your recent crime spree start?
It's been a while, a couple months. Most of the summer. Really started escalating in the spring, and it's been getting worse ever since. It's culminating in this issue we've had with the events that you helped with. Thank you all again for assisting. And when you say that, Callie, Eckankar, Callie reaches into her pack. She says, Eckankar, I brought this for you. She tosses a sign out. That is the remnants of a butcher sign that has been shattered from the night before.
It's got a Looney Tunes cutout of your head in it.
Right on the top of the body of a cow.
That's it wasn't some of my best work, no. I will say I've never ridden on top of a giant lion before.
As you say that, one of the goblins looks over and says, Mr. Dune, I could fix it for you for a gold.
No, it's not mine. It's fine. It's okay. It doesn't need to be fixed.
He doesn't need it fixed. I told you. And they start bickering with each other as they grab some supplies and begin working to lift one of the walls up into place.
Thank you for all your hard work. Speaking of yesterday, you took the bodies. What were you able to find on them? Was there any? Did you find any reason why they might be here? Did they have any notices or anything?
Well, they had a hand crossbow that was well made, although none of us could figure out what exactly it did. I believe one of the soldiers is heading over to your friend Hemo. He is a weaponsmith of sorts, and he's also his friend Theo most likely could identify this item. They're bringing it over to him now.
Maybe we should pay them a visit. Lear, Flander, everybody, would you care to come with me?
Well, I was sent to investigate the area. This will count. Let's go.
All right. You head out into the day, packing all of your stuff. Are you going to take your horses with you, or are you going to walk? What are you going to do?
Is that too far?
You can get there in short order.
Yeah, I think.
If we take the horses, we have to take the long way around, I think, don't we?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think in either way you're kind of taking the same route, but that's okay.
Yeah, I think we should walk. Yeah.
I will cast
we can walk.
ritually find familiar.
Okay. What animal are you going to find?
Ooh.
One of those moon-faced owls.
Moon-faced owls?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Love it.
You know what I'm talking about? The big white face.
Big white face, yeah. Cool.
I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah.
Graham?
Snowy?
Probably. I'm thinking of snowy owl, but that's
Maybe.
what I'm thinking of. Yeah. But, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. They're cool. We'll find a picture of them and stick it right there.
Is it a bar now?
That's magic right there. All right. Watch. It goes away. It's here. Goes away. All right, enough of that. Okay. All right. The rest of you head out in the morning. As you begin to leave, by the way, Eck, Jorlins opens up the door and says, Eck, where are you off to?
I'm heading over to Hemo's place. Just about the events of yesterday. They're bringing some items over there. I just thought I should be there to check in.
Are you going to be going on that? You said you were going somewhere tomorrow to some woods.
Yes.
Are you still going there?
Yes, tomorrow we'll be going there.
Tomorrow or
Before
today?
we go,
It is tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm getting turned around. Yes, we'll be heading to the Burrow Woods. Yes.
All right. Make sure you come back and see me before you go.
Of course.
and before we go in all the action, I didn't get a chance, Eckankar, to congratulate you and Jorlins, both on your marriage and your forthcoming increase.
Thank you, Flander. If I even knew where you were at the time, of course you would have gotten an invite.
Well, it would have been a pleasure for me to perform.
From the doorway, you can see Jorlins holding up a basket full of mostly empty basket of sweetbread. And she says, well, if you want to get us a late wedding gift, here's an idea. She holds up and she laughs. All right.
Yeah.
The rest of you head on toward Hemo. All right. We're going to switch scenes now, and we're going to go over to Hemo and Theo.
Does Hemo already have his armor on? Last time it was 5 minutes.
It only takes a minute to put on light armor, I believe.
Yeah,
All right.
it's me that takes a while.
All right, Hemo and Theo. Yeah, you're Hemo. It's early in the morning still. What are you usually doing early in the morning around your place?
Hemo has a warm-up exercise routine that goes for a while around dawn. I think on occasion he brings a student with, but today he's going alone. Probably came back from a jog around the woods, and now he's just sort of tidying up. He did steal one of the swords off of that lizard who called himself the Flesh Hunter.
Yes.
Or I don't think he called himself that.
It was just
Somebody
labeled,
do
yeah.
that, but and he's got that out in the shop. He lifted evidence and has been examining it.
Yeah, it looks to
Trying
be
to
well
determine where it was
crafted.
made.
It looks to be well crafted, but it doesn't have any additional properties beyond that. So it's a very good scimitar.
And I think he's made an attempt to like take it apart, looking for maker's marks or some evidence of where it's from, and I don't think he can figure it out yet.
Yeah, you're not, as you look through it, you're not able to really come across anything that specifically says anything of detail. But
Made in Silver Moon.
yeah, however, if you give me a check, do you have any tool usage for smithing?
Well, yeah, he's a proficient blacksmith now since he's started his school. And
Perfect.
and
Give
worked
me
in
a
his
give me a tool
smith
use
shop.
roll. You get to use your tool use and you get proficiency with it. So give me
Let's
an
see if
intelligence
this-
roll.
Let's see if this. Nope, that didn't work. Anyways, we'll use just a flat intelligence plus,
Proficiency.
which is proficiency is 4 right now, so 19 total.
Theo comes over and watches for a moment.
All right. So as you look through the weapon, you're pulling out the scimitar, looking around. You notice that there is some markings on the bottom of the crossguard, and you know these markings because you've seen them in and around town several times. You have an eye for looking at weapons as people walk around.
He loves swords.
He does. These markings have been seen, though you don't know where they're from exactly, but you've seen them come from swords that have been made in Yartar. So wherever this person has been from,
Yartar.
they probably got their sword from a maker, or could have traded it several times, but from somebody in Yartar.
These things do get around, but that's about as good of a clue as we've had.
Did you say Yartar? Okay.
Yartar, yeah. Look at this. Look at the stamp there. That's a Yartar proof mark.
Yeah, Theo's he'll take it and sort of get in there real close and see if he can recognize it. Since he's definitely he lived in Yartar for a while, he might know.
Yeah, he might. Why don't you give me a history roll?
Got it. 17.
You know that this weapon this weapon is made by Haskell's Arms and Armor in Yartar.
Whoa.
Yes. My father spoke of them and met with them a few times.
Oh, you've been to Yartar.
Oh, I grew up in Yartar
Well,
for the last 20 years or so.
look at that. I figured I'd maybe learn the type of steel and the nation of origin of the sword, but with your expertise, we've tracked it to the individual blacksmith. Wow, that is...
Well, not exactly true, because see, Haskell he has a shop called Haskell's Arms and Armory, but he doesn't really make weapons there. What he does is he buys weapons and he stamps them as his own, and then resells them.
So Theo would
Like
probably be-
importing a gun, it's got to have a different stamp.
Right.
It's a white labeled.
Yeah.
President's choice.
Haskar is not a smith and sells his wares as is. He could not offer any wearable specific modifications or alterations because he does not know how to make or craft items.
So yeah,
He's a retailer.
Theo shares all of this, and you can probably sense just a bit of disdain in his voice as he's describing this process. It is
Well, if the Hasklers weren't the creators, well, whoever smithed this was no slouch. I suppose he at least sells quality weapons.
Haskar often sells weapons that are inferior in quality, but the amount of work and effort really depends on the day.
Must have had a lucky purchase, this one. Or perhaps they were well off.
Oftentimes, Haskar requires you to have a decent amount of cash, no matter how the quality of the weapon is, because he demands a premium for his items.
for his stamped stuff.
Well, at
This
the very
guy.
least, we know that these thieves weren't local ruffians. We know the swords traveled a bit of a distance, and we know it came at a bit of a cost.
Yeah.
As you're sitting there talking about the sword, you have the sword in your hand. A shadow kind of comes through the interrupts the window a little bit, and you look up and you can see from the doorway there is a half-elven man standing there. You recognize this person immediately as Apothecary Tarmak Flasker. He runs the shop in a nearby shop in town, which is called Apothecary. He stands there in the doorway. He has with him a small basket with 8 little glass bottles in it. Think of it like old-timey milk bottles from the 20s and whatever. But these are small, clear bottles. They kind of rattle as he's walking. He's not quiet when he walks up. And he says, he walks up, and you've met him in passing. He seems to know you better than you know him. And he says, Hemo, I heard about all of the drama yesterday. Oh my, I thought maybe I could come over and bring to you one of my patented cures. This will take care of all of your ills, whether it is diseases, poisons, you name it, I can solve it. I have my patented sweet water, which you probably have had many times in town.
Oh, save your breath, Apothecary. I don't have any need for your sweet teas. I'm a fighter. I heal just fine on my own.
Well, I thought maybe you mean you look like that normally? Oh, I joke. You look fabulous, but you look better with some sweet water. Now on sale. You can get the. I will give you. They're 10 gold a pop per person, but if you get all 8 of them, I'll give them to you for a mere 50 gold.
Don't be trying that trickery on my students, okay? I know your game. There's no need.
May I examine one?
Oh, for sure. I'll tell you what. I'll give you one for 10 gold.
I just wanted to detect what the capabilities were.
Oh, you can have one for 10 gold. More. In fact, I will give you it for 8. You look like a man of, elf. I apologize. You look like an elf. I mean, it's not like you're Shadow Kai. You look like an elf of good standing.
He pulls a little rabbit's foot off of his belt. It's glowing. It's glowing light.
Okay.
Just a 5-foot radius. He says, "Well, this is also worth 10 gold. I'll just trade you." Then.
And he says, "Ha! I know a light spell when I've seen one."
Yes, and I know milk when I've seen one, but I wanted to.
Oh, this
understand if
isn't
there was
milk.
Special properties.
This is sweet water.
Yes, I would just like to analyze it for a moment. You may have the bottle, but
He's
if
just
it
such
is
a
worth
salesman.
what you say, I will buy it from you. But I'd
Well,
like to.
I don't want you to soil my wares.
There's only one way to know, sir.
Well, perhaps you can go over to the pleasing platter. I saw quite a bit of my sweet water there. and they can appreciate good quality work. Anyway, Hemo, I thought I'd swing by and see if maybe you needed some wounds tended to, and my sweet water would have did the trick. And if you change your mind, he goes clicks across the top. You know where the apothecary is.
Of course, yes. I tell my students to steer well clear.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll be on my way then. I have some deliveries to do for the Pleasing Platter. The better parts of this town know how to appreciate quality wares.
Yes. It is good to see you safe, though, after all the commotion.
Thank you.
He walks off.
He walks off. Yeah.
After he does, I look over to him. I said, "Is it for real though? Does he have actual healing properties in those? Because it might be useful on our journey."
Frankly, I've never tried it. The man just strikes me the wrong way.
He sort of nods knowingly.
All right. As you see him leaving, you can see Fohammer's outside of his forge having a heated discussion with a I would say mid-30s human. He's wide, wearing heavy armor, and he would have a kind of a beautiful mane of hair, but it's a little bit messy. He's probably been on the road a little bit. They seem to be sort of like talking. They're not like with weapons drawn or anything, but they seem to be having a somewhat heated discussion across the road.
Does the armored man, does he look like a member of the 12?
Give me a perception roll.
I'm there. Can I aid him?
What's that?
Can I aid him or roll my own?
Perception,
Well, you can roll your own
very
perception
bad.
if you'd like.
You
Go ahead,
got
what'd you
it.
get? All right, what'd you get? So it looks like Hemo has a 7 and Nate has
8.
an 8. A 7 and 8. Now, if you guys could
Well done.
add your stuff together, maybe we'd have something. Both of you see the man in armor. One thing, Hemo, I will say is that you rolled a 7, so I really can't say anything. I think at that point, you've lost all sight. You're
Hemo
basically-
squints, wonders about the condition of his eyesight, and says, "Oh, what's he? I told him not to get involved in all of this, and now he has to. Well, who is that? Doesn't look like one of the 12."
Yeah, you don't recognize the person, and maybe from the backside, you just could be somebody but who knows?
I hope old Fohammer isn't giving whoever it is a hard time.
All right, he begins saying something, and the man in armor kind of throws his hands up, and he shakes his head, and he kind of goes like this, like he kind of like throws his hands at him, like I don't want to deal with you anymore. And he turns and begins walking toward the road. He looks up, and he sees your school. He kind of gives you a kind of a curious look, as if he's trying to discern something about your school. And then he looks kind of both ways as a wagon kind of crosses between, kind of wagon rolls between coming into town. And he crosses the road and begins walking up towards the school. And as he approaches, he has his hands out, kind of, showing he's not really trying to do anything bad. And he's not wearing, it doesn't look like he has any weapons on him immediately. He just looks like he has armor. As he gets closer, you can see he does have a dagger in his boot. It's kind of small. It doesn't even seem to be anything major. But he walks up and he has his hands out and he says, "A school of swords. Would you happen to have a sword that you could sell me, good sir?"
A swordsman.
Well,
Greetings.
I normally am a swordsman, but
have any?
I'm short one sword.
Does he have any on him currently?
It doesn't look like he has a dagger in his boot, but he doesn't really have any swords
not
on
a
him.
sword in his back
Yeah.
or nothing.
Not that you can see. He is wearing a pack of some sort, and so I mean,
Does he have any pouches or anything on his belt?
yeah, he has some basics traveling wear.
Theo's looking up at other stuff because I don't travel with a sword either, visibly.
Give me
I have
Give me a perception roll.
tools, and I have
Give me a perception roll.
Will do. Tools and a little pouch on. Typically, I got a 13.
Do you think this man has been traveling for a while? He looks weathered. He looks like he's fresh off the road. He's covered in dust, but he's definitely not a artificer or anything
Sure.
like that.
Yeah.
He says, I'm Just looking for a sword, preferably a bastard sword if you have one. Though, to be honest with you, I'll take anything you've got. I would have bought one.
We have
I would have
training
bought
swords.
one. I would have bought one from Fullhammer back there, but his prices are beyond reproach. I just can't. I can't afford that.
He definitely charges for the brand, I suppose. Well, who am I to turn down a fellow fighter? Come in. I don't carry a huge amount. I'm not a merchant myself, but I do have several sharp blades for you.
What is your name?
I could probably
good
part
sir?
with something.
I am
this
2 Volt
collection?
Boulder Dash.
2 Volt Boulder Dash.
Yes.
Welcome. I am Hemo Oakenheel. This is my school, the Oakenheel Sword of Blades.
Brand.
It is where I teach the artistry of swordplay. I see. Well, I suppose perhaps you might need to give me a demonstration of your swordplay if you're a fellow practitioner. But here, come in.
Tell me, why does a swordsman travel without a sword?
Oh, well, I was on the road from Yartar, you see, and was accosted by 2 giants that tossed around fire like it was a spear. Look what they did to my precious Sasha. He opens up his backpack and pulls out what appears to be the lowest part of a bastard sword. It has the grip, it has the guard, and about this much of the blade, but the rest of it is just kind of melted away, just dripping away. He pulls it out.
That is what
Golden sword.
happens to a warrior's swords, Theo. They aren't museum pieces.
He says, I only want a fair price for a fair weapon. I would get this fixed here, but I must make my way. I am heading west to get to the coast. Neverwinter as my calling.
Can I use my know your enemy at this point? I don't think he's my enemy, but
If you want, go ahead.
I'd like to know if he has any fighter class levels.
You want to know if he has
Or,
any fighter class levels?
Any class levels in fighter, or if his strength is greater or less than 12.
He's stronger quite a bit than 12, and he does have levels in fighter, but you don't think he's as skilled as you are.
Okay.
So he's probably a strength-based fighter, but yeah.
I look him over, I eye him up, discover that he's probably going to use a different type of sword than I would. I probably have a collection of mundane swords
Sure.
sitting around, so I would pick for him a bastard sword out of the dusty pile in one corner of the shop.
Give me a percentage roll. I'll give you a 50-50 chance. Roll any die you want. Low is what you want. Doesn't matter which.
All
die.
right, I'll do a D20.
What'd you get?
Nope.
19.
Oh, yeah. You kind of look around, and you're between your students and whatnot. All the bastards sort of have been claimed or taken or are not around.
Broken.
Seems all you have left is short swords there.
Well, I suppose none of these are to your liking. You don't look like a short sword man to me, but
Well, I'm a swordsman without a sword, so this sword will have to do. I had to leave Yartar in a hurry, so I didn't travel with a lot of extra. I'm traveling light. I'm trying to get to Neverwinter.
What news from Yartar?
Yeah, well, since the Yartar sudden break with the Lord's Alliance, I see no need to be there anymore.
What now?
He lifts from his chain underneath his armor. He pulls it out. He pulls out a pendant. It's a circular pendant, but it has a field of red and yellow, and has a crown, an arched crown, which is the seal of the Lord's Alliance. He says,
you're a warrior with the Lord's Alliance.
Yes.
And you say Yartar broke with the Lord's Alliance recently?
Yeah, well, with Caspir Dryland taking over as Water Baron after the death of Nestra, the city is in complete lockdown right now. I just barely got out before the walls and doors were sealed.
That is chaos. I left recently, and my father still lives there. I will have to seek news. I still don't want to go back right now, but that is disconcerting.
Well, I'm going to head over to the Costa right now and pass along what happened, as their company is based in Yartar, and one of their owners asked me to pass word on here on my way through. But I will take that short sword. Hell, here, allow me to pay you. And he reaches into his pouch and he pulls out 7 pieces of gold and he lays it on the table.
Well, I suppose that is that is way too much for a short sword. Please,
Don't forget about your bill.
Yeah. He's short 29,993.
I say that aloud
You're
to
almost
him
there.
as he starts to protest. Don't forget, you have a bill.
well,
Baby step.
thank you.
Would you like to buy a second sword?
Just doing one more.
You got like a few short swords there, right? I'm trying to help you.
Yes,
Buy one, get one
Sell him a
half
second
off.
one.
for 7 gold, you can have your pick of anything in my collection. Oh, you can anything in the shop collection over there.
He swings
to say.
he swings the short sword around a little bit and he says, no, this will do fine. I hear the road along the Tribor Trail is generally fairly easy to get through.
Yes, for most people.
Just need to grab a horse and I'll be on my way. Thank you.
Can I do a sense
Your
motive
name? What was your name again?
story?
Good fighter.
Oh, me?
Tavolt?
I'm Tavolt Boulderdash.
And can I get a sense motive on his story about the walls shutting down and all that?
Yeah,
Walls
give me
being locked down?
a insight roll.
It is not my strong suit.
That name does not inspire a lot of confidence. I'm sorry.
I got a 14,
You think that he is speaking honest.
and he says it was just a couple days ago.
Well, he just said recently, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So is it Boulder or Balder?
Boulder,
Boulder, like, is it a
B-O-L-D-E-R.
big rock?
Boulder Dash.
Wait, it
'Cause
could just be
Balderdash.
Bolder, which is
Yeah.
more aggressive
A
or
boulder,
assertive.
yeah, not boulder as in rock, boulder as in boulder.
Yeah, he got an assertive dash.
Boulder Dash. Tavolt Boulder Dash.
From a
All right.
company.
So he says thank you, and he goes to leave. As he does so, he almost runs into a horse that has walked up.
Into the doorway? Come on, people.
Has
Park your
walked
horses
up the
outside.
road. As he kind of leaves, there's a horse that's standing like just 5 feet away. He's just kind of surprised by it, and you hear the man on the other side say, "You're not Hemo."
Hemo, you're popular today.
Oh God, is that ever a good thing?
I'll walk outside and I'll walk over to the forge and head towards my armor.
All right, as you walk past, you see a yellow-haired, green-eyed, like a half elf, but he's wearing the outfit of Tribor, the Tribor soldier colors. He's on horseback, and he has a pack next to him. He opens up the satchel, but he begins pulling something out as you walk in, and he says, "Well, you're not Hemo."
I just nod my head that way and
He
keep
watches
heading towards
he watches the clown car of people pouring out of this school. None of them being are the person he's
It's a
looking
good sign,
for.
though, right?
Yeah, Hemo. Eventually, you walk out, and the
Yeah.
I'll only been out for about 3-4 rounds, as I'll walk into the shop, don my armor, and come back out. So I'll catch up.
okay, Hemo. You walk out, and you see this soldier sitting out there, and he says, Hemo, there you are.
So many visitors so early in the morning.
Yes, well, I went to my post this morning and I was given orders from the Lord Protector's office to bring this to you. They said you have an artificer here. He pulls out a hand crossbow. He holds it up, and you recognize this hand crossbow comes from the combat you had the night before.
Yes, I recognize that one. I think it shot at me once, actually.
Well,
I peek back out of the.
yeah, you can.
What now?
Yeah, you hear him say artificer and you hear him say that stuff. And the soldier says, he says, well, we apparently were unable to discover what it was used for, but it does have magical properties. And since you do have an artificer here and you are a weapons school, I was asked to bring it to you. If you can't look at it, I'm going to take it over to see if Fohammer can understand what this is.
Oh, well, we can definitely. In fact, here, come in. I've just taken a look at the at a sword from the combat.
He looks at you and says, I have rounds to do, and he tosses it to you.
Huh. Very well.
Give me an insight roll. What'd you
Timo
get?
gets a 6 on insight.
Wow.
Excellent.
I will give you,
It's got
since you said you were looking out specifically, give me an insight roll.
All right. 14. Again.
This half elf that you see has a strange. He looks familiar. You might have seen him before. You know how you get those things where you see a face. You're like, I might have. You're like, where do I see? I've seen.
I take
you
a couple
before.
more steps toward him, and I'll actually pause and I'll look at him a little closer, and I'll ask him that exact question.
What are you gonna
Where
say?
have I seen you before?
He looks at you and goes, I don't know who you are, sir. I know Hemo. He nods to you.
Yes, you're one of the guards. I've seen you around.
Yes. And he kind of pulls his horse back a little bit, kind of turn it around a little bit.
I'm gonna look for any symbols on him that I can identify. I'll sort of.
Well, he has a symbol of Tribor, which of course is the 3 boars running through on a red field. On his surcoat, kind of an overcoat that goes over his armor. He's wearing chain armor. On the horse, he has a shield that's kind of strapped to the side of the horse. It doesn't look like it's probably used that much, and he also has a sword that's on the side of the horse. But that's about it. He doesn't.
No tattoos or identifying marks on his arms, face, hand, missing fingers. Does he have?
Doesn't say
6 fingers on his left hand?
Let me roll. Oh no, he does not have 6 fingers on his left hand.
Just sort of investigating his persona. I don't know if I can use that literal roll for it, but that's what I was trying to get to. If I can
He as you walk up, you kind of ask him a question, and he kind of begins leaving, and then he stops and looks back and he says, "So where are the rest of your group?"
Oh, our party from last night. I'll actually look at Hemo to see if he wants to respond or not.
Oh, I believe several of them went to stay at Eckankar's place.
Speaking of that, as you guys are talking, you catch the glimpse of Eckankar and his merry band of non-lion Lear, Flander, and the other one, the Shadar-kai. Jaru, the Shadar-kai, are walking up in the now getting. It's not so early anymore. It's getting later in the morning as they come walking up the trail. Graham, Flander is with the group riding up. I want Flander to give me a perception roll.
You're muted, Graham.
Thanks for that. Perception. 10.
10. Wow. This is not a perceptive group. All right.
You're
It
rolling
must
low.
be foggy today.
It must be foggy today. Yeah. All right. The group of you wander through the streets of Tribor. You're walking up through the now familiar lane that you raced up, Lear style, lion style, just the night before. You can see the school ahead of you is up the path. You had not been to the school before, but you fought in the streets outside of the school. And as you approach, you see a horse with a rider kind of turning at the top as Hemo is out in front. What are you all going to do? The rider appears to be a soldier of Tribor. Eckankar, why don't you give me a perception roll?
Sure thing. 8.
Wow.
Very foggy indeed.
I can't. Who is
from this
that?
distance, I mean, you are staring east, and the sun is coming up overhead, so you're probably staring into the sun a little bit. But you can see a rider up the hill. They appear to be talking, and the horse is kind of pointed down, but the rider is never talking. What are the group going to do? That would be Lear, Eckankar, Jaru, and Flander.
Just following along, listening.
Yeah.
Right. You rock up the rise of the hill, and as you get to the top, you're staring into the sun. You can kind of see the silhouette of the school there, and the sign, of course. When the horse that's coming down the hill, you can't make out who it is or what it is at first. Flander, you hear a familiar voice coming from you, like a ghost from the past. From atop the horse, you hear him say, "Wait, if anyone asks, let them know the path from Luskin to Tribor must be downhill, for it's the only possible reason Flander has stumbled into this place." Give me a perception roll.
22.
There we go.
You hear the familiar voice from the horse of your brother, Falso.
Ooh.
Oh
Farsal.
Farsal. Farsal.
no. Oh boy.
What are you going? You hear Farsal say these words from. You're kind of like staring into the sun. You can't quite see him that easy, but you hear him say this as the horse wanders slowly up to the group of four of you.
This is the same guy.
Is he addressing me when he says that?
Yeah, he seems to be announcing it to everybody. You can clearly, but he's probably saying it for your. I would strongly say probably not benefit, but for your ears.
Mm.
I'll just kind of look at him and rather coldly say, "Farsal?
Brother,
Why are you here?"
it's a long story, but since you've not returned home in such a long time, I don't know if you've earned it.
I think Eck will
I'm
step up next to Flander when he hears like it's your brother.
Yeah.
I was on the verge of returning about 2 years ago, but wasn't sure I'd be welcome.
Well,
I found welcome elsewhere.
apparently so. But let us not have crosswords, brother. You found your path, as it were, wandering.
You should try it sometime. It's really quite delightful.
Well, I will do my best to not cross your path while you're here, for I know you won't be here long. That is your way.
Well, that'll depend on where I'm needed.
He kind of moves the horse aside, and you hear he kind of reaches over and he kind of gives a nod. He says, "Mr. Dune," and he gives a gentleman's polite. He doesn't really give you any reason to dislike him per se, other than the fact that he seems to have crosswords with Flander, but he doesn't give you any indication that he has any disrespect for you as a soldier or as a member of the 12.
And I'll also give him a nod, just be like,
He's one of the Tribor guys, you said, yeah?
Yeah, he's a Tribor soldier, but you've Eckankar, you've seen him around here and there. There's a number of them. You've seen his face, but you've never really been friends with him, and had any real dealings with him, and he's never given you any reason to think that he doesn't do a good job. But he hasn't been here for that long. Maybe a year or so, maybe 2.
okay, so just like a little bit less than I've been back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Were you the one to deliver the hand crossbow to Hemo?
Yes, you've heard. He kind of dismisses Flander and talks really he kind of leans over, almost like talking over Flander, looking right at Eckankar. And he says, yes, by orders of the Lord Protector, I have brought the weapon here so that your artificer can identify it.
Was he able to give you any information, or do you not know yet?
He looks back and he says, he may take some time to identify it. I don't know what their mechanisms are to discern what they can do, but maybe you can speak with him. I have to get back. I was told to deliver this and return back to the tower at once.
Yes, no, return to your duties. I'll handle it from here.
Mr. Dune. And he looks over, he says, Lear, Jaru. And then he turns the horse and he walks. As if your names have been known from the incident that happened last night. Probably been spread around as, who did that?
At least to the soldiers, yeah.
Yeah.
Word travels quick, and there's weirdos in town.
And just Flander, you said that he was your brother? I'm sorry, I must say I don't know him very well.
No, I don't know him very well either. And I don't really know that I want to. See, my father and my brothers, I don't know if you're familiar with the House O'Donnell, but he runs something of a military academy up around Luscan. And, they didn't really appreciate my bardic abilities, and after they tried to drown me one night, I thought it was time to leave.
They did what?
Lear will just put a hand on your shoulder and just be like, family can be difficult.
Insurmountably so.
Do all the O'Donnell brothers, have all the rest of them gone out to become soldiers?
That's sort of the family tradition, but I just wasn't really cut out for it. I had other attributes that they never appreciated.
There are different paths to mastery, after all.
Mm. And mine did not lie that way.
Well, yes, he did deliver me the hand crossbow. Are there any other visitors to my school today? It's become quite busy this morning.
Let me take a look at that. So
it just gets so busy all of a sudden.
He'll take the crossbow and start to look at it. I think that's a ritual, isn't it?
Yeah, you want to sit with it.
Yeah.
So you basically can sit with it for a short rest, which is about an hour. You can spend an hour looking at the weapon and
I can detect it's magical though. I think it's just an Arcana check, right?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check to determine whether it and if you critically succeed, then I'll tell you what it is.
Gotcha. Did not critically succeed, but I got a 19 on my Arcana.
It is definitely an enchanted item.
All right, I'll sit down with it. I'll let you know. Yes, this is magical. I will examine it. I'll sort of bring it into the forge area, so I have like a table and a little stool to sit on and sort of like poke at it and get my tools out and whatnot.
Anybody else going to do anything during the hour as Theo, thank you. Too many names and too many NPCs. If I look at my list, I'm like, wow, okay.
Uh-huh.
So while Theo is looking at the weapon, is anybody else going to do anything?
I think Hemo invites the rest of the party in to a side room and says, actually, we've already taken apart one of the weapons from the party last night here. And I show them the symbol of the Yartar merchant on the swords. The man with the lizardy man with the two swords. I took one before the guards showed up, and it looks like it's been through some Haskell's arms in Yartar. It's at the very least a clue that they've got some money, and they're not just from here. I don't know if any of you.
Did you just admit that you took evidence from a crime scene in the town?
Oh, come now! I'm trying to help the town just like you.
You just pats you on the back. He's like, no, I'm just joking. No, of course. No,
Really?
I know. I know.
Everybody
I know
just
you
stops.
couldn't tempt yourself with that sword.
Of course not. It's a spoil of war, and quite interesting that they would show up.
Okay.
How far away is Yartar?
Yartar.
It's about 10 days.
About a 10-day. About a
In the other
10-day.
room.
Yes, I mean that's
Quite ways away.
yes. They're definitely not bandits from the local mountains. If they came from a 10-day away, that at the very least tells us. Wouldn't you think that tells us that they were here looking for something specific, like here for a specific purpose?
Yes, there was when they first showed up, a gargoyle from Harul's home came to the area, and they seemed to attack it immediately. He seems to be involved, and he turns to Jeru. Yeah, and Jeru, that was his bottled lightning, wasn't it? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they were trying to rob the wizard. Didn't go well for them.
He might be tied up in this. I think we might need to have a discussion with him at some point.
You should come by with some better paperwork for his door. It seemed to be uncooperative last time.
Yes, no, that seems to be as normal for him. It's not very compliant.
Which wizards really are.
Does that look to Jaru? Okay, it's pick on Jaru today, guys. Okay.
It really is.
It really is. Everyone gets a day. All right,
Mark that on your calendar.
Okay, Theo, as you stare and examine this hand crossbow, you see that the hand crossbow itself is made of finely crafted metals. Part of it, very small part of it, is steel. The rest of it is made up of somewhat precious metals in itself, and the stock itself is made out of petrified wood. So it's sort of petrified wood. As you look at this, you are able to examine that this hand crossbow has two really nice features. One is that it is a crossbow that gives a +2 benefit to hit and damage.
Wow.
Is a hand crossbow.
Oh.
However, once per long rest, you're able to actually initiate its magical function. And the magical function is that when you fire this weapon, upon hitting a target, you can trigger the function to take effect. And the creature has to make a charisma saving throw of DC 15. If they fail, they are slowed for 3 rounds.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
This is called a hand crossbow of atrophy.
Nice. All right. So once I figured out what this thing does, he's pretty impressed. I mean, it's a +2 is a pretty strong weapon. He'll and the construction is quite fine as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I bet with petrified wood it'd be fairly lightweight, which would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll finish up and he'll hear these guys talking in the room, and he'll bring it back in and sort of explain it to him, just like you've described. This looks quite powerful, actually. Actually, I think I would hand it back to Ek, because I need to be part of the guard.
All right. Yes, they did seem powerful. It only makes sense that they'd have something like this. I guess
It's an impressive enchantment. It's
They
better
said,
than mine.
We should bring this back to the Lord Protector, I believe.
Yes, we should let them know what this can do and that these people had these items.
All right.
This party has changed.
Is it?
Is there anything else?
I hate to recommend. I mean, would it not be more effective in our hands as we go?
Yes, you don't have to go to the Lord Protectorate right now.
No one's saying I'm giving it to her. I'm just letting her know what it does.
Okay.
Yes. No.
She has to sign
Unless
a
it is the property of Hyrule, then I don't see a problem with us keeping it. If any of you can use it, I must say it's not something I'm proficient in.
It does look a bit dainty in your hand.
He's like his mitts. It's like a little tiny, like a squirt gun, like a kid's squirt gun.
It's like that tiny gun from Men in Black.
Yeah.
The
The
noisy
cricket.
cricket.
Was it called Tiny Cricket?
Noisy.
Cricket,
Yeah.
Noisy.
Noisy cricket.
cricket.
Yeah, noisy
Noisy
cricket.
cricket.
Yeah, it looks like that, and I'm
Definitely
just
was.
like, yes.
I sort of look
We
over
know
at
what it
Flander.
does. Would any of you find this of use?
Flander's bouncing up and down.
I look right at Flander. I'm like, perhaps.
It'd be a shame to replace the one Fortuna got you, but this could work as well.
You are a better shot than I, Flander. Unless we're talking with a longbow.
That is high praise indeed.
All
right.
Give to Flander.
Are you going to take the hand crossbow of atrophy?
Sure.
All right. So it's a hand crossbow +2, and once per day, you can once you hit a target with it, you can trigger the effect. You give them a charisma 15 savings throw. If they fail to save, they are subject to the slow spell for 3 rounds. They actually get a save every round, but every round they can make the save or are slow. At the end of their turn, they can make a save.
So it's
But
+2 and charisma saving throw.
15.
do you have to call it out before you make the attack, or
No, it's
on a
once
hit?
when you hit it. When you
On
hit
a
a
hit?
target, you can trigger the effect once per.
It's just an innate feature. That's pretty
On a
nice.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Now you do have to hit them in order to trigger it, but
Wait, +2 to hit.
yeah, because you have +2.
That's no joke.
And attack and damage.
Yeah.
And damage. Jeez.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, I hadn't put on my armor, and Jorlin's asked me to come back before we go to the woods. So I think I may be like, I know. Would you all do me the honor of accompanying me to the Barrow Woods? I know it's not.
You know where you're
not
going in the
convenient.
Barrow Woods?
Yarlan Barrow Woods. I don't know exactly where we're going. I think we're
We
just
were supposed to
exploring it,
go.
right?
We were supposed to go investigate the cabin that Duvessa Shane has been
Yes.
staying in.
Mm-hmm.
Pay her a little visit.
Yeah, you're not exactly sure where it is though.
Yeah, it's too bad we don't know a real estate agent in the area.
Or a lawyer.
It's a good thing we have a druid to guide us.
Okay.
Looks at Lear.
Where did you
I will do my
where did
best.
you buy this school from?
Yes, from Erlum, but
Perhaps you should have a word with him.
I'm
Perhaps Flander should have a word with him.
I would not say no to having Flander be a go-between between me and Erlum.
Duvessa, I apologize. Chandrell actually said that Duvessa Shane had purchased a cabin near the woods from Erlam.
Yep. Yeah.
Mhm.
Not that earlier.
So
Some people listen.
It would be smart to go ask.
notes, take them. But there's a lot. Honestly, there's a lot going on. So as a DM, I have no problem with
We just record everything you say.
Yeah.
That's what we do, and then we can go look at it whenever.
Yeah.
Honestly, I forgot that she
Go
actually
rewatch those
said it.
videos.
It's just something I came up with.
Sure,
I'm like over the week, I was like, we should. Anyway,
that's okay. Yeah, you can always rewind and
Yep.
rewatch the video. That's a good thing about recording videos is that there's a footprint. so that I can say I said that, and you're like, no, you didn't. Let me. Yeah.
Yes, I did. Come on.
Did Darathra have a location of Duvessa's cabin?
No, she said that she didn't know where it was at, but that
She knew it
Erlon,
was in
she
the
had sold,
woods.
she had bought a cabin from Erlon.
Well, I suppose I have to meet with Erlom about a certain lien. Anyways, I suppose we can go see him.
I would suggest a more duplicitous route to gather the information.
Go on.
Is this Erlon in league with?
I mean, look, Erlem is a very money-minded businessman, but he's not necessarily dangerous or, I mean,
Not necessarily, but
untrustworthy.
not necessarily not.
Why hide from him?
Because do you know his motivations other than money? He tricked you into. Actually, I don't even know that.
Hey, you haven't said it.
Rewind.
Yeah, players don't get to know that. Great.
It's no, I don't think Hemo takes it as serious as somebody else would. He kind of thinks doesn't need to make a big deal of it, so he hasn't told anybody yet.
As a member of the 12, I know I'm kind of like a guardian of the town. Do I know anything about Erlom?
Why
is
don't
he in
you
shading
give-
dealings?
Why don't you give me a history roll? How about that?
History,
All
colon,
right,
tribal.
I'm great at those. Not
Yes.
really. 6.
All right. Well, basically, you know that Erlam is a long-standing owner of the. Let me get the name of it. I apologize. The Tribor Traveler, and I'll actually put it on the map so you can see it.
Oh,
So you can see it pop there in there. You can see the Tribor Traveler is right there, and
right next to Flander's favorite place, 6
Right,
windows.
right. The Tribor Traveler is a place where merchants will sometimes go and find people to guard their caravans. Erlam has had a long history of managing those people, matching up soldiers and with caravans as caravans go back and forth here. Erlam has also done a lot of business with real estate in Tribor. He often buys and sells properties. He doesn't necessarily own a whole bunch. He sort of acts like he buys things and resells them.
Flips
And sort of, yeah.
He's a flipper.
Right.
Hmm.
So, and through that, he's made a steady and great income. In fact, he has often been known to dine at the pleasing platter amongst fellow elites that are visiting Tribor.
He's a big wig.
Yeah. From what I understand, he's a reputable businessman. I don't think I don't think he would be. He wouldn't give us the information we're asking about if we're just trying to have a conversation with her.
Perhaps. You say he's a road agent of sorts, connecting people to caravan guards, yes? What
Yes,
is the nature of this rise in crime? Do you know?
No, I'm not sure why this has started or
What have you heard?
anything like that. There's just a rise of crime in the area, and there's more attacks from the outside. You heard from me and Lear and Hemo and Theo. There's more monsters in the area as well.
Hemo,
I
did you
really think we should
monsters?
find
Hemo, did
Duvessa's
you?
dwellings.
I apologize. Go ahead, Cameron. I interrupt you.
I really think we should find Duvessa's dwellings. Her immediacy with jumping on an event like that is concerning.
Yes, I agree. I saw when I was when you were running through the town, Lear, I saw her. There were these two men beside her, and she was atop some sort of automaton. There's something more about her than just a politician.
But if she's got, like, did she have guards when she was giving that speech?
No, she did not have any specific guards with her. She had a convenient halfling who was sort of next to her and sort of was trying to rally the crowd.
Were the figures next to her, was one a small folk?
No.
I couldn't get a good look. I'm sorry. There was a lot going on at the time.
She at least must have secret connections then. Maybe we shouldn't go to Earlham. Maybe she would know.
Like I said, you must take a more surreptitious route in gathering the information.
I think Jaru might be right. Maybe the less people that know that we're looking into her, the better for now.
Perhaps someone could relocate. You say the Barrowwoods are very dark, gloomy. Yes.
Not too gloomy for those of us who share Fey ancestry, but yes, it's pretty dark.
Well, if I was looking for a place myself as a Shadowkai, I would definitely look for a dark place. To be more.
Considering
Perhaps if I go and inquire about a property and he could show me a map. And someone who is also perceptive should join me and scan the map for any signs of former or even current notifications of where things are on the map. If he has lists of properties that are his that have been flipped, he should have records too. There is an even more surreptitious route if we wish to break into this thing later tonight. Looks at Eckankar. Yours is the moral compass that will lead to the fewest roads. What would you like to do? I've been practicing that fucking line all day.
I love it. I'll give you inspiration for that line. Go ahead.
Nice.
But seriously, yeah,
we're
limited by your choices.
I'm not opposed to what you're thinking. I do believe it would be a good idea. It is not something that I think I would be well versed in.
Oh no. I have just merely met you, and I could say that without hesitation. You have other skill sets. Yes.
When it comes to B&E, I'm going to put you at a no.
You have lawful good literally written all over you.
I was asked to find out about Duvessa Shane, and right now we do not know exactly where to find her. If you think going in there and looking for that, you can find that information, I can be okay with that, as long as that is all you're going to do in there.
As I said, we are going by your path. As our paths align, I shall follow yours.
I just believe if we're being sneaky, why involve an above board dealing with Earlham at all? It's not the easiest man to deal with.
I laid out several options.
Not sure. There, Flander, what do you think?
I can be quite stealthy when I set my mind to it, so either path is fine by me.
And I know the half.
Stealth is what I do.
I know Flander can also hide very well.
Yes, I'm an expert in stealth.
See episode 1.
I suppose I should throw my hat into the ring in the stealth department.
How big is the woods? The region of the woods.
Give me
the barrel wood that we're.
Give me a history roll.
Like how easy would it be for us to just search for the cabin on our own?
Yeah, 'cause
15?
It's about a 10-mile area.
Square mile.
Yeah, about a 10 rough square miles. It's more long than it is wide.
I'll turn.
I could.
Leah,
Yeah.
I know this might not be the most appropriate form, but you did turn into a giant flying goose once. Could you turn into maybe a smaller flying creature and survey the area?
A tiny giant goose.
I thought maybe you wanted
Yes.
to take a giant goose dump on top of your mom.
Could you just please take a
Distraction.
giant goose poop on Erlom's trading post?
And in the distraction, we'll go in and find.
Exactly. It's genius. You'll never expect it.
I can turn into a raven. That would be a bit more inconspicuous, I believe. I could also ask nature to provide a bit more cover for us if we want to send a few stealthy people out and looking.
I think for now that might be the best option.
I just worry about going to Erlom and tipping our hand, since it seems he might be a political ally of the Duvessa Shane, if he was so keen on finding her a place to live.
I think you're right, Hemo.
All right, well,
Maybe.
so in the interest of time, why don't you guys tell me what you guys have decided?
Let's find Duvessa and follow her home.
I don't know. I think
suggested that
if you
last
can
night.
have like nature survey the area, that might be a good idea.
Duvessa may be difficult to track. Something
she
tells me
is.
she's quite powerful, and I don't
Nothing is
want
more
to be-
powerful than nature, friend.
It's the land of ice and snow. Yeah. All right. What do you guys want to do?
Well, Hemo votes to search the forest on our own.
Yeah, I agree. I think.
How much time
like-
do we have?
I mean, it's morning still, isn't it?
Well, it's getting
later.
It's mid-morning. You know, it's getting on. You guys have been talking for a while. You're discussing stuff. So it's getting later in the morning. It's not quite close to noon yet, but yeah, you can go off and do what you're gonna do.
If Lear can send some like critters scouting an area like before us going there, that seems like a good idea. Then we just go in.
Come to me,
Certainly.
my jungle friends.
Certainly, forest animals would navigate better than my students. For
I
a
heard
moment
that.
there, I thought, what if I...
And they'd be
You're
less
supposed to be
conspicuous.
doing conditioning!
I am doing conditioning.
Do we know what trail, like what direction off into the woods she goes? Because like I could question the plants in that direction to see if they know where that person goes.
You can question
So-
the plants?
Yes, see, I think... Perhaps
Not-
that...
So Chandrell has told you that she has posted a sign on the road going south that leads a trail that leads toward the Barrow Woods. She has posted to ward people from wandering into that area.
Okay. I want to head over towards one of those signs and find the nearest like group of plants.
Okay, well, so that's about a half-hour walk or ride to the south of the town.
Anybody else coming with?
Let us go.
Let's
We
do
need
some
to-
tracking.
Do we need to stop at this place?
Yes, but before I go, I need to get back home real quick.
All right, you
Mrs.
head back.
asked for me.
Okay, you head back, and Jorlan's is baking some food. You can see that the goblins are being noisy. As she walks in, she rolls her eyes and she's like, "I don't know what's worse, this kicking or their clacking." She kind of presses her hand to her stomach.
Hopefully, it'll be over soon. Yes.
Are you here for lunch then? Is everyone else coming?
No time for lunch. I'm just. You asked me to come back before we went to the Barrow Woods. We're on our way there now.
Well, be careful. I've heard rumors that place is dark and dangerous. No one goes there. Hey, is there a reason why you have to go there yourself? Can't you? I mean, you're a member of the 12. Why are they sending you?
Well, you know I'm not going to be by myself. I'll have Lear and Flander and all of these new people, and Hemo is coming with me as well.
Oi, well, if Hemo's going with you, I mean, hell, you might as well just go with the two of you. Make it a chum day. You sit there and frolic in the woods. I'll make you a sandwich. She kind of looks at you like you're not selling me right now.
I know you're worried. There's a lot I can't talk about right now, but believe me, right now this is not a mission to go hunt anyone down or attack. We're just
He's putting out his armor,
gathering information. Yeah,
Grabbing weapon.
I'm just
Right.
listen. I'm not gonna get in a fight. I'm just gonna need this armor.
She says,
Always
"Give
be
me
prepared.
a persuasion roll, and you get advantage, by the way."
Ooh, that's good. 18.
All right. She says, all right. Well, it's the Barrowwoods, so try to get your arse back here before dark. I don't want you wandering around those strange woods past sunset. It's just half hour south of here. You shouldn't be gone long then.
No, I won't be gone long. And he'll come up to her. He's like, you know, nothing will keep me from coming back home to you.
Famous last words. What are you doing?
Yeah. She kind of
Classic.
Don't
Well
get
done.
flagged yourself.
she gives you
I'm just keeping this spicy.
She gives
You
you
have
a,
this red shirt.
Yeah, she gives you a hug. She embraces you and she tells you to be safe. And she sends you on your way.
Says, don't
Right.
worry, we're the heroes of Phandalin, and we've leveled up since then.
It's true.
We take 3 steps, and he goes, "Oh, we lost Eck."
Oh no! He fell down a hole.
All right. Well, usually it's Hemo that falls down the hole, but that's
It's
okay.
true.
Okay. Is there anything else you're gonna do in town before you head south? It's still about a half hour to the south. So it's not like you're gonna be gone for an epic journey or anything.
I do switch my armor model over to the infiltrator model. I just need my tools in hand. So while he was talking, he
Nice.
goes and does that. Basically, you can do it once per short rest.
I feel like a transformer.
Does your
Just
armor like
steps out his
actually
armor.
physically change?
Slightly, like basically, it still looks the same. Like the physical shape of it all looks the same still. He can still take on and off his helmet as an action or bonus action, I think. But you do see now that there's like a sort of a gem-looking thing in the chest piece area, and his gauntlet, like the fist gauntlet things, look a little less robust than they were before.
Got it.
There's a glossy black sheen to it now.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. Are you all red?
It does look a little darker.
You get a heads-up display.
There's nothing's lit up on it. That's for sure.
You get hit by electricity and get raised to 400% power.
Yeah, exactly.
Power capacity is at 400%. Thank you.
I don't have a Jarvis yet.
Okay.
We'll see. You got the Jarvis in your sword sheath over there.
Yeah.
He's got to draw it. Okay. The group of you head out to the south, assuming there's nothing else you're going to do in town. The road to the south is fairly clear, as is a reasonably bright day. You're loving it. It's bright outside. The group of you wander through the town. It is a fairly calm and bright day out for the most part, following the chaos that was the night before. You travel south along the road. As you do so, the road quickly opens up to a 2-lane, almost like a highway. It's big. It's used for transporting great swaths of cargo down south all the way to Waterdeep. But you're not going to go that far. You're only going about a half hour or so around. Who would like to try to find the entrance? Can I get a survival roll from somebody? And remember, when we do, as you do it, every excessive one beyond the first one gets more difficult. So who's going to be the one leading?
Probably Lear, right?
Probably Lear. Yeah.
Lear, what'd you get?
24.
Oh, well,
There we
that's,
go.
That's
Attaboy.
good. That's nice. All right. As you wander through the road, looking about for the entrance to this Barrow Woods, you're probably looking for a sign or some kind of insulated road. There are a number of small paths and roads that lead on and off. You are moving slow. You're moving slow. You're like, you'll walk up a little trail and see if this is it or that's it. If you can imagine a main road where lots of people within a half hour of the town are constantly like taking a shortcut to their woods or to their farmhouse, and they decide we're just going to circumvent a road, and over time they've created these little paths that wind all throughout the area. You spend a good amount of time looking through the woods. About 80 minutes later, as you're wandering through, you clear a bend on the road, and you can see 4 immense ogres slouch upon a fallen tree, blocking the road with their sheer bulk. Their coarse green skin glistens in the dim light, accentuating their intimidating presence. But with drooping eyelids and heavy sighs, they exude an air of profound boredom, seemingly uninterested in the world passing by them. Despite their menacing appearance, their lethargy hints at a momentary respite from their usual mischief and mayhem. They're sort of in the road, and they're
They
like,
just ate.
they're kind of leaning against a tree, kind of sitting around. You see these
You don't
4
think-
ogres.
We don't think we've been spotted.
You don't think you've been spotted right yet. Let me take a look and see what they see you. They have 4 of them. As you kind of go around the bend, what is your marching order? Who is first? Is it Lear first?
They'd be in front.
All right,
Yeah.
Lear, you kind of peer around the corner and you see them. As you do, you see one of the ogres looks up and hits, and the other ones kind of look at each other. They kind of just roll up to their feet like they carry mauls and chains on them.
Oof.
And they kind of get up to their feet and they look over, and you are right now, let me tell you how far away you are. You are right now 50 feet away from them as they see you. They look up. They kind of give you this kind of weird look, kind of trying to size you up as they see you around the corner. What would you like to do? About 50 feet away from them right now.
And he spotted me?
Yeah, you think he sees you because they kind of like these 4 were kind of sitting against this fallen tree. They see you and they kind of roll up like.
Okay. I will use my Fearbolg hidden step ability to turn invisible briefly and walk back to the group to let them know.
All right, you turn invisible. You hear one of them says, "Hey, there was a big blue man standing there, and now he's not there." The other one looks back and he says, "No, he was green. No, he was blue. He better not be the other one." A third one says, "He better not be a red man. No, those are wizards. Those are red wizards. They're not really red." "Yes, they are."
Fellas,
that up there?
do you know why there might be a bunch of ogres nearby the town?
I don't know. You said there were sites of giants. They might be with them. Either way, we should
Could be
figure out
connected.
what they're doing here.
Should we ask them?
Who's the most diplomatic among us? I'm not familiar with all of your skill sets quite yet.
I think I heard them speak in common. Right?
they
That'd be easier than
Just
talking
not
to the
very well.
plants.
Flander, I know you and I can be a pretty persuasive duo. Should we maybe move in together?
Do they look like highwaymen or guards?
Definitely
They-
highwaymen.
They look like they're wearing like hides and random equipment. They don't look like they've been equipped by a town or any type of formal organization.
They look strong, and those clubs look nasty.
What do you want to do?
You sing well, Flander. Would you like to enchant them with a song?
I could try.
All right,
I
what do you
think I'll
want to
prepare a bow.
All right, you get your bow out.
Go ahead and
Hemo knows how south this goes.
I just in case.
All right, are somebody else coming around the bend again to talk to them, or what's the plan?
How far away is the bend?
Well, you guys are about 10
like
feet
50.
back. You're at that point. You're about 50 feet from them.
15 or 50?
50 feet up. You could try to go around them, but the woods and hills here are difficult to travel. That's it'd be quite the escapade to get around the road here. Remember that Tribor is built in a vale. A lot of areas coming in different spots. So
I'd still like to slink off to the woods and
sure.
hide.
Once you get past the first 5 feet, the area will be difficult terrain to see your way.
Yep.
All right. What's that? You can certainly go off to the woods and hide. I will have you give me a hide check just to have it on record right now. What is that going to be? What'd you get? Here comes drum roll. 12. Okay.
Oof.
So you're hiding. Now their passive perception or their regular perception might not be great. It's just
This is an ogre.
They're ogres.
all right. What are you guys gonna do? You see Jaru disappear into at the edge of the forest line. The trees here overhang the road quite a bit, and he's easy to find yourself in the depths. But you don't really hear him at first, and then as you walk, you can start hearing the cracks as he's kind of trying to move through silently. But most of you are able to pick him up. What's the rest of you gonna do?
Well, am I going to try and make contact with them? And
That would be up to you.
Unless you
If
want me to summon up a little glowing illusion and try to lure them away.
That's fun. If you want that, I'll go with you.
I'll just be ready to back you up as a fighter.
Oh, that's nice.
okay,
Very nice.
Should I? Are we stealthing at all?
It's up to you.
Jaru is.
Just trying.
You look around and you. What is your passive perception?
Where'd that guy go? 14.
You see Jaru behind a tree. He's like. He's like, make fun of me at being Shadow Kai. They'll never see me.
Yeah. You know what? He'll say, "I will attempt to be stealthy. Maybe they will underestimate us." And he'll cast invisibility on himself.
Oh, going full bore.
Yeah, why not?
Wow.
See what happens.
Seeing as he goes, you can
Yeah,
see it translucent for a moment.
And
And
I'll also stealth.
Okay.
all right, you get advantage on your stealth checks when you are invisible.
Yes, and it's tricky. So I'm wearing full plate. I would normally get disadvantage, but I have a ability with this armor that makes it have advantage on stealth checks. So that would negate. Now you're saying being invisible, I would have advantage against. So I'm at advantage, correct?
No, you just have none because any number of advantages and disadvantages even out.
All right.
So
Well,
what is your-
I'm at even.
Yeah.
Good old plate armor, eh?
Good old plate armor, eh?
Stealth.
Yep.
Let's see if it rolls with disadvantage. I don't know if it will or not. Yeah, it still did. We'll just take the first roll.
Yeah,
So,
14.
14, just like.
All right.
But also invisible.
Yeah, you are also invisible.
All right.
All right. So you're invisible. How
Yep.
long does this spell last for?
Up to an hour.
All right. You are concentration for an hour. Jaru is trying to quietly sling through the woods, which everyone is aware of where he's at. I'm not exactly sure if that's true. You don't know about the ogres, of course. What's everyone else going to do?
I will follow you.
Now you know exactly where he is.
I'm not even gonna
even less sneaky. Lear will try to. He's not gonna like change form or anything. He's just big boy in the woods,
Big
punching
blue
through.
boy.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna pretend like I can stealth. If Flander is gonna go up and try to talk to him, I'll go with him, just as backup.
So for the record, for those of you at home not watching the rolls as they roll by, Cameron's is Lear is stealthing at a 5.
5, 5
Yeah.
days stealth.
Yeah, so
Not
Cinco de
I wouldn't
Cinco.
even say stealthing at this
muy
point.
mal.
Yeah.
He's like he's whistling. He's whistling his own internal monologue. He's like giving his own action music. Doom, 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 doom. Doo-doo-doo.
Sometimes I forget what's out loud and what's telepathic.
Yeah, inner voice. It's like Madonna, but we keep it inside. All right, what are you guys gonna do?
Okay, before we introduce ourselves, I'll lean over to Eckankar and say, I'm going to try and charm the middle one. If it doesn't work, it's go time.
Yes.
You said the middle one?
Yeah.
That's just like back in the old days.
Good afternoon, my immense friends.
All right, the one in the middle.
Might I know your names?
You come walking around the one. You're walking around the one in the middle. Stands up and he probably thinks or is or whatever the leader. He is going to approach. He kind of takes a step forward and he says to you. He says, "Oh, well, little one, welcome. We are going to be raiding you right now, so if you don't mind, we would prefer that you should give me all of your good stuff." And the other one says,
charm.
"Yeah, especially if you have beer. Do you have beer? Because I
And I'm
can
going to
use
cast-
beer." What do you want to do?
And cast Charm Monster on him.
Okay, cast Charm Monster on. Is it just one person?
It's just one target.
Okay, and what is my savings throw?
17, Wisdom.
Hopefully they don't have any
20.
special wisdom boosting items on them.
Yeah. He as you cast your spell, he kind of feels funny for a moment. He says, "Hey, that one creature tried to twiddle his fingers at me. Ooh, really? You look like Chester." And the one on the side, the one to the south, says, "He doesn't look anything like me." And the one, the main one, he says, "Oh yeah, he's like you, Chester. He twiddles his thumbs like this." And Chester says, "Hey, I don't twiddle my fingers. I twiddle my fingers. I'm a brewer." "Oh yeah." They just start bitching at each other. And then he looks back at you and he goes, "Hey, why'd you twiddle your fingers at me?"
Oh, I often do that to my friends.
"Well, you want to twiddle your beer over here?"
Try it again.
"Yeah, we're really bored. We've been waiting here all day and there's not been one caravan."
Oh, you're raiding caravans, are you?
"Well, of course we're raiding caravans. That's what we do. We have to."
Oh, and why do you have to raid caravans?
Well, that's the only way really to get beer money.
Oh, you poor gentleman. Have you ever tried any kind of honest work?
Yeah, Chester over here thinks he can sell potions. "I can sell potions!" "Oh, you've never sold one potion." "Yes, I have." "Oh, that dry head does not count." "Yes, it does."
Well, down at Port Last, they're always looking for people, and especially big, strong people like you to unload ships.
Oh, the one who calls himself Chester says, "I don't unload ships." He looks at you. The one called Chester says, "I am earning my money so I can reach the pinnacles of mastery of the alchemist arts."
Well, that's impressive for a fellow of your stature. But
Well,
I really think you could raise a lot of money. Just unloading ships. They pay very well for longshoremen.
I am
And,
going to get paid for my brain. I am going to be a great alchemist. I am going to go to the conclave of Silvery Moon, and I will be legendary.
Wait for
They
it.
will sing my praises. See, look at, I have brewed this.
He pulls out a small vial and produces it. The small vial seems to be a bluish type of potion of some sort.
May I see it?
Look with your eyes, sunshine.
And I'll look at it. It's sounding like the charm monster didn't work.
Don't.
Give me a Arcana roll, please.
Arcana. Okay. 7.
Wow, the knight's rolls are just getting better. You have no idea what this potion is. It could be poison. It could be paint.
Give me paint.
And from what snake did you extract that oil?
Oh, it's 14. I just was testing something.
I apologize. People were talking. Graham, what did you say?
I said, and from what snake did you extract that oil?
He looks at it like this and he goes,
No, this is a potion of healing, you dummy.
I knew that.
Did you?
Of course I did.
and the first one says,
Chester, you cannot sell that potion of healing.
and Chester looks over at the first one and says,
Grom, if they want to buy my potion of healing, I am going to sell my potion of healing.
and Grom says,
No, you are idiot. We must use your potion of healing to heal after we get injured in raiding all of these different caravans. We steal money from caravan, we have beer money.
the first one says,
What are you asking for that bottle of healing potion, my friend?
Chester looks at you and he says,
Ah, I see I have a customer.
Nice.
he kind of takes a step toward you and he holds up the little vial and it's kind of tiny in his hand. He holds it up and he goes,
This precious little enchantment will take you for 25 pieces of gold.
25
Look at
pieces
that.
of gold.
Yes, look at it.
Oh.
Look, and
Really? Because I know this fellow in Tribor who will sell me a vial of potion twice that size for 25 gold.
Oh, that prick. What? Let me ask this question. Will he someday go to the conclave of Severe Moon to be a well-known alchemist?
Well, he's already been there, actually.
Oh!
they start looking at each other. He sits all upset and the first one says,
See, Chester, this is why we must raid caravans. You can never go to the conclave of Severe Moon and be an alchemist.
Oh, but if you do get to the
Let him chase his
conclave of Silver
dreams.
Moon, just think of the alchemist you could be.
and the one called Chester looks up to the sky and says,
Yes, I will be at the conclave of Silver Moon, and I shall be the ultimate alchemist.
he starts looking
I
at
can get you. I can get you 10 pieces of gold closer to the conclave of Silvery Moon if you sell me that vial of healing potion for 10 gold. What do you say?
I say, give me a persuasion roll.
Can we abandon this
With
campaign and
advantage, 'cause
just
you
help
got
him?
charm on me.
No.
Hemo in the background has like drawn and then loosened his bow like several times as he thinks that it's time to fight, but he's very confused.
right.
14.
Do you have advantage because you haven't charmed?
He rivaled a natural
No.
20 for his charm,
Oh, okay.
for his save.
Dang.
Oh,
Graham, you roll that. He looks at you and he says,
Well,
he looks over at the other one and says,
Grom, let me ask you a question. How much beer can Tango give me?
and Graham looks at his fingers. He goes,
It will get you 10 gold worth, you dummy. Oh, that makes sense. Tell you what, I do not want just 10 gold pieces of ale. I want 15 gold pieces of ale. So you will give me 15 pieces of gold, and I will give you this potion.
Done. And I will give him 15 pieces of gold.
All right, let me see. He looks at the gold in his hands as you lay it on, and he starts counting it.
1, 2, 3, 5. Go! There's a 4 there. There's no 4. 4 comes after 7. No, it does not.
They start yelling at each other, and they start. The one grabs at the coins, and it kind of spills on the ground, and the other one, the first one, who hasn't said much, he starts going down. You see the two that are not Chester begin fighting over the pile of coins.
Ooh.
And Chester looks over at you and goes, "See what I have to deal with."
May
If
I
only
have
our
potion?
home had not been stolen from us, we might have a home to go to. But now we must break caravan.
Well, you would return 15 gold pieces richer if I could have that bottle of potion, please.
Yeah, here you go.
He hands you the bottle of potion. And he goes,
I have 3 more if you want to buy them.
Can Hemo take the moment while they're fighting over the gold to try to slip by?
walk past them? You want to try to walk past the fallen tree, past the group altogether?
Yeah, I mean, I'll stay within the tree line, but they seem like this is a moment they're distracted.
Sure. Give me you have a stealth roll? I have not seen a stealth roll from you yet. What is Hemo get?
Hey, man, y'all
We're good at this.
There. Wow. It's like none of you have ever stealth before in your life. As you're wandering through the you see Chester is reaching through and he's going to show you 3 more vials. And he looks over at Hemo as he walks by and he points. And the 4th one, who is not one of the 2 brothers rolling around the ground trying to gather these 15 coins, Chester says to the 4th one,
Brock, look, here is some elves trying to get to the woods.
and Brock looks over and goes,
You there! Come out here right now.
I'll walk out with 15 gold in my hand. I'll have a potion, Mr. Chester.
the one named Chester grabs another vial out, and he looks over at Bruck, and he kind of does one of these deals to Bruck's face. He's like,
See, I am setting potion.
Nice.
and he walks past Brock and hands you the vial, the potion of healing, and he will take his 15 gold from you if you so choose.
I hand him the 15 gold and step out of the reach of his big club.
Yeah, he says. Go ahead.
While his back is turned, I'm going to cast Mage Hand and take another bottle.
You're gonna take Mage Hand and do another bottle.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, what I need you to do is give me a sleight of hand roll.
Sleight of hand roll.
Mage hands are visible too, so that's
no,
they're
he's
not
got a special
visible.
one.
No, he doesn't
It's a
have that
15.
feat anymore.
Oh,
He doesn't have that feat anymore.
wow.
But that's the sleight of hand is very important here.
Yeah. All right. Your mage hand, your hand goes over there. As they are distracted, you see him grab one of the little potions and pull it out of his vial of his because he has them kind of laying out. Normally you can't just dig into people's bags, but he has them out. You see him, you pluck one out of his hands, his big hands, leaving him only having one left. You take it. You have it in your hand. The one says,
Here's hoping he doesn't know basic math.
He skipped
I
4
don't
in his
think he
I just paid
does.
you
He
for
skipped,
this.
yeah, he skipped the 4.
he knew 3 for sure. It was 1, 2, 3, 5, if I remember correctly.
and
You have a chance.
all of a sudden the one called Brock, he stops and he says,
Wait a minute. None of you are gnomes, right?
he looks over and the other ones, you see the ones on the ground stop, they look up and they're kind of half in the ground covered in dirt. And they look over at you. And they're like,
Yeah, good question. Wait, are any of you gnomes? You don't look like gnomes.
No, of course not.
Yeah, good. Gnome, the stupid gnome is what took our home. Gnome and their stupid metal creatures.
Hearing gnome and metal creatures, Eck will step out. Or I guess he's been.
Where did you come from?
I've been here the whole time. You just were very focused on doing your business dealings. Speaking of which, I happen to have 15 gold here. Those potions look mighty fine.
Brock looks over at Chester.
Chester, we're going to drink lots of gold.
And Chester says,
No, I go to drink lots of beer. You are going to watch me because I am the brewer.
and you see Brock goes,
Oh, I'm going to tell Mother.
all right, he walks up to you.
Well, yes, no, here. Now, you said a gnome with his inventions or something. He took over your home. What happened?
Yes. Well, you see, there's this gnome. And his creature, this has big steel creatures. They came and took over a tower that we use for home. I am not happy, so now I am here.
No, why? Do you know why he kicked you out of your home?
No, I did not stay to ask because he uses magic. And he has big steel creatures, and they hurt.
Big steel creatures, yes.
Yes, big steel creatures. I said that. You weren't paying attention.
Yes, no. And now you said you are robbing caravans. Have you robbed a caravan yet?
No, we've been here all day. There's not one caravan came by.
Well, it
You happen
seems you
to
have
know.
enough.
Such
You
a
happen to
dreadful
know
shame.
when the next caravan is coming. We could just come back then.
Oh, there's no more caravans coming through this area, actually.
The very first one looks over at Chester, and Chester looks at the first one, and Chester says to the first one,
Mordak, you told me there was caravans.
and Mordat looks back and he says,
Oh, usually caravans come this way.
Not at this time of year.
Chester's like,
No,
I could
no.
have been brewing.
Yes, no, I think you all you have so much money now. Maybe go back and go somewhere else. There's no caravans around this area ever, you know.
Well, we can't go south because south is where the bugbears are. They have a new king.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and who is that?
Oh, King Yarg.
King Yarg.
Yes.
Must have been Gruul's brother.
do you say that out loud?
Sure.
He goes,
Oh, yes, King Crow. He was slain by Red Wizard.
Yes.
Yes.
Red
you,
Wizard.
You don't
Dead
look
Crow.
like Red Wizard.
and the first one,
No, I'm not a wizard.
And you're not even red.
No. No, of course not. Terrible fashion choices.
Well, if you want, we pay many
Not my
gems
color
if
either.
you destroy King Yarg.
Say what?
You have
you have-
gems?
Yeah, back at our house, but we have to get that first because there's a gnome there.
Ah.
You all don't like this King Yarg.
No, he is a real prick. He tells me that he wants all of us ogres to join him in his new war band.
Why?
And you
Why?
have no desire to join him?
It's-
No, I do not want to be part of King Yarg.
It's not a safe job.
Yeah, no help.
Mercenary to mercenary, it's not a safe job.
We had
Why
we
is
had
he-
tower. We had just a tower. It was nice. And then the stupid gnome he took our tower from us, and I'm not very happy. But I cannot do anything about it because he has a metal creatures, and they're really mean. Yeah, and I have no place to brew.
Why is he building this war band? What are his goals?
Honestly, I never interviewed him.
I think we can assume the same as Grohl. Generally, conquer everything, take everybody's stuff, enslave the locals, that kind of thing.
Yes, I'd assume so.
Yeah, King Ro was really a jerk. He made all of the ogres do all these really crappy things. Yeah, it was not good.
And how many ogres does he have on his side now?
I don't know, not very many. King Grow was killed by a red wizard. I didn't even know they came in that color.
Sounds like you don't like doing the dirty business. Are you sure you want to be? Maybe you can just go off and brew together. No need to sack caravans.
Well, where am I going to do my brewing at? He looks around. He goes, I can't do it right here.
We heard that there's this cabin in the woods. That might be a good spot.
Which woods are you talking about?
Why?
Around here, right?
These ones.
The ones that look dark and gloomy all the time?
Hey, he's talking about the Barrow Woods. I thought he is not even gnome and he is still stupid. You don't go to Barrow Woods. You know who goes to Barrow Woods? People who don't come out.
Do you know why that might be?
If they came out, they could tell me.
You've never seen anyone come out?
Well, there was just one very, very ugly human woman. Or elf woman. I think she was human. It's hard to tell. She wandered through Barrow Woods for the last few months. I haven't seen her in a while, though.
Could you? No, was she riding any kind of creature, or was she walking?
No, she would walk into town. I demanded that she tell me where I could find beer, and she did not tell me. We are not on what you call talking terms.
What direction did she come from when she was walking into town?
From down there. If you go around the corner, you can go into the Barrow Woods. There's a sign. I don't know what it says because I'm an ogre.
Context clues can tell you that it probably says the Barrow Woods.
She come here. She walks here. We used to not care, but now we have no place to live. Well, I guess I suppose you could just go, I guess, since we have taken all of your money.
Yes, go buy plenty of beer with it.
Mm-hmm. And
put a down payment on the house.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say, Graham?
So thank you for the potion.
Yes. I have one more. Wait a minute. You bought a potion, and you bought a potion, and you bought a potion. Where's our fourth potion? Yeah, where's our fourth potion?
What do you mean? Don't you remember you said you had 3 of them?
And you see that the one named Mordock looks at you curiously. Give me a persuasion. Actually, give me a deception roll. Thank you.
26.
Palate my ass.
Nice.
And they look at their fingers.
Maybe we only ended up 3.
They begin wandering off. They gather up their wealth, their amount of money, the piles of their 45 gold pieces, and they begin walking into the hills to the south, to the east, and they're having a discussion over what beer they're going to buy. And then at the very end, you hear somebody say,
"Where do we even buy beer?"
Oh God!
Is there a monster town nearby?
What are you guys going to do?
Let's go see if we can find that sign.
Yeah, I'll also turn to Drew. Do you know what this is? And it'll give you the potion. Can you tell what this is?
I'll walk up.
I sniffed mine.
All right. What'd you get? For your
17
Arcana?
Arcana?
So you can
Yeah,
just
you think
it.
this is a basic potion of healing?
Oh, wow.
Seems like it works.
He wasn't lying.
Maybe he will be a great alchemist one day.
Yes. They didn't seem too foul of creatures. They just seemed confused. I think it was better to just send them on their way rather than dispatch them.
Yes, their stories are more worrying, aren't they? They're displaced.
Yes.
This Barra Woods is dark and nearby.
Somewhat,
Did you say the sign
yes.
was that way?
It's to the
He's invisible,
south,
but he still points.
to the south. Is it that way or that way?
Yeah. Yep.
Seems King Grohl has found a replacement, Hemo.
Well, that tends to happen when you chop heads off of kings.
Yes.
The king is dead.
Concerning.
Long live the king.
There's I say he's building some sort of an army, and there's some gnome with metal steel creatures running around.
Who's making
There's a lot
constructs?
happening right now.
The steel creatures are worrying to me. We've fought ogres and bugbears before, but
Well, they said that was it Duvessa? She was riding a steel creature as well, or
Exactly.
mechanized creature. So they could be related.
Yeah.
strange.
Should we head towards this sign? I think you wanted to ask the foliage some
Yeah.
questions.
Yes, they weren't of much help. Maybe the plants are our best
And
bet.
go talk to some grass.
They did see where she came from, though. You said they said they saw her come from.
Mm-hmm.
They confirmed that she goes through the barrow woods where
Yeah.
nobody else does, or somebody does. I don't know if that might be a different person.
Oh, it's probably her.
Yeah.
All right,
There's a sign and everything.
you got to head to the south a little bit and search.
Yeah.
All right, you go past the fallen tree. It looks like they had kind of knocked over a tree, kind of maybe a tree that was sort of dying. The roots were ripped out, and they knocked it down to kind of stop the caravan
Caravans.
from going through
We sort of walk over it.
Yeah, you kind of walk around it. And it isn't very long, maybe 5 more minutes to the south, you find that the road continues another 15 minutes until you come upon an overgrown path leading west into the light woods. At one time, a rope was tied across the trail, but it was recently broken. On the ground is a sign face down in the grass.
Time check that. So maybe you said 15 minutes down the road, and another. And we were talking for a little bit. I'm counting down for my invisibility hour, so I haven't let that go yet.
Sure, I'll say it's 15 minutes then. We'll say
15
15
total?
minutes.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
It's we're in vague time right now.
That's fine. by
So
me.
15 minutes of time so far. That's where you're at. Do you see, as I said, you see a rope that looks like it's been recently
I'll walk
broken.
over and pick up the sign. Just floating.
All right, you see the sign disappear.
Oh, I suppose it would, wouldn't it?
He touches it.
I flip it over. I'll set it back down so I can read it.
Do you drop it?
Yeah.
All right, the sign reappears.
But right side up. Now we can
Right
read
side
the,
up.
the words.
All right. It looks like an order, a writ of some sort has been tacked to a piece of wood. It says, "By order of Lord Protector Darath Rashandrel of Tribor, these woods are not to be entered. Enter at your own risk. Malevolent creatures beyond."
I thought I was going to say
Is it actually an order from Chandrel?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. From what we know, this area is like very dangerous. Like nobody goes there.
And there's a tiny rope protecting the entirety of the woods.
Yep. And it's broken.
Well,
It's just a little rope in front of the road.
Hey, Eck, if you're gathering evidence, here you go.
Somebody broke a rope.
they don't
Somebody
need a
cut
fence
this-
to defend
But
it.
they clearly
violates
defied
code.
the order of the Lord Protector right here.
Echoes white. Somebody cut the rope. Dear God.
What have they done?
I can't believe this.
But they defied orders.
Yes.
That's the important thing.
Yeah, no, so
Well, there's
guess-
never been any need to punish anyone for going into the Barrowwood because there's never been anybody who's come out of the Barrowwood.
Well, according
Oh,
to the
it's-
ogres, you know.
According,
according to
Another town folk.
unreliable narrators, we don't know.
You do know that
No,
there
that's
are many
exciting.
times people who try to go near the barrow woods, such as kids and teenagers who will kind of get close to it and kind of make light at getting close to it. But people generally don't want to go in there.
And this is the entrance to the woods, correct?
This is a path that supposedly leads to the Barrow Woods.
And they said that that she had bought a cabin or a house near the Barrow Woods, correct?
Right.
So this would be going into the Barrow Woods, right? So we need to find a house that is not down this path.
Well, you're not sure. I mean,
Could be nearby.
You never talked to Erlam, so you have
we
no
don't.
idea where this cabin is.
Yeah, that's why we're like out here. Like Lear said that maybe some of the plants could give us knowledge.
I don't railroad
they're-
my players so they can wander for 6 episodes, but I'll try to help you not get bored.
Boy,
So
boy, will we?
I'll try to make it quick.
Last time I talked to Erlom, he put me 30,000 gold in debt. Hemo was
He
not
did what?
interested in.
I'm gonna put that up there.
It has new information there.
Okay, so now that we've been here forever,
Speak of
wandering
plants.
the woods, what would you like to do?
Fucking
So Lear will step forward with his staff and kind of wave it near his like a group of trees by that sign.
All right.
and cast speak with plants.
All right, what does Speak with Plants allow you to do? Go ahead and read it.
So imbue plants within 30 feet of you with limited sentience and animation, giving them the ability to communicate with you and follow your simple commands. I will just start asking about people who come and go from these woods.
All right.
Hello, friends. Can you tell me about people that might be coming and going from these woods?
The trees look at you and they say, welcome, my friend. I see you're here to wander the woods. Yes, we don't get many people wandering here.
Well, hopefully we won't be doing much wandering. We have a destination in mind. A cabin potentially nearby.
I don't know. I've not seen many cabins. I've not been away from this area since, well, ever. But if you're asking about who comes through here, recently I saw 4 ogres pass by.
Yes, we know of them. Any smaller humanoids?
Yes, there was once a woman who walked by here often, but I have not seen her in some time.
Can you tell me which direction she headed, generally?
Toward the setting sun, which for you would be west.
Okay.
Set back towards Tybor.
No, it's actually heading west toward the
Through the path.
north is where you came from. You were coming south. West is actually toward the Barrow Woods.
Okay, that was where the path was
Okay.
going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Westward?
Yes, but careful. Do not go close to the woods. There is where the darkness is. And the darkness is death.
When he says that, I stamp my staff, and the silver horn kind of turns translucent and purple, and light starts to emit from it. The darkness will not scare me. Thank you for your information.
Go forth, blessed of Laru.
He'll just nod and gesture for the others to come with. It
All
seems we're headed westward.
All right, the trees grow silent over time. It lasts for 10 minutes? I assume you talked with them and you're going to let the spell wear out.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to travel west into the woods.
Excellent.
Some
All right.
big Gandalf energy with that light staff.
That's very cool. The serene woods, as you enter, remind Lear and Hemo of the edges of the high forest. Here, dappled sunlight filters through the lush canopy, casting enchanted patterns across the forest floor. However, as you venture deeper, a palpable shift occurs. I looked that word up. The once gentle atmosphere gives way to an eerie stillness. Shadows lengthen, and the foliage becomes gnarled and twisted, suffocating any semblance of light. So you kind of find yourself slowly getting into darker and darker woods, as if the land itself has been cursed, shrouded in an impenetrable darkness that defies all attempts at illumination from the sky. You literally see up, and as you're walking through, it just gets darker and darker, as if the foliage wraps together and blocks out all sunlight. The sun dims to a dull bluish hue, and the warm summer is chilled around you. You feel the temperature literally chilling around you. Now, no sun, it's going to be cold.
Is our dark vision still working properly?
Yes. Everybody with dark vision. Eckankar wanders through, and he says it gets darker and darker by the moment. I believe he's the only one who doesn't have natural dark vision.
I don't, so I'll pop on the goggles.
You take out
those. Of course you did.
Take out the
Flander
goggles.
says, I think we've just stepped into my brother's heart.
Actually, I'm fairly certain we are on the edges of the Shadowfell.
Uh-oh.
That is interesting.
Oh,
Why would that be?
Because this is what it looks like. This is home.
But why is it here? The Shadowfell should not be this close.
The Shadowfell can reach over. It sits just below the Prime, like the Feywild sits just above. It's just like the Prime is a coin, and the Shadowfell and Feywild are the two faces of that coin. The Shadowfell being a dim, shadowed reflection, while the Feywild is the shining reflection of what could be. We just need to be careful.
Okay, so you think Jaru seems to think this might actually be part of the Shadowfell. Interesting.
those of us who've been living in Tribor, there's definitely no connection to the Shadowfell or the Feywild that we know of, that like the town of Tribor knows of, right?
Well, they know
They
this is a
just told
dangerous.
us.
They just know it's a dangerous area.
They
and
know it's
Yeah.
dangerous. Yeah, they just okay.
Yeah, they haven't. From my understanding, they haven't sent any kind of scouting parties or anything. They just know this is a bad place, right? Yeah.
Right. What would you like to do as you wander through? Why don't you give me some sense of how you want to walk through that? The area might be difficult to just swath your way through. You might need some kind of a marching order. Who wants to take the lead?
Juru, I think we're playing in your backyard now.
Yeah. Honestly, though.
Perhaps. However,
I would be right behind you.
I will
not-
walk side by side with you, Sir
No.
Drew.
Very well. I will certainly.
All right.
Up front with whoever.
All right. All right. As you see, the trail through the dark woods might be the only viable path, and even that has patches of mud and heavy overgrowth ahead. Seems to be coming down to a single file path. What are you guys going to do? You guys can go out into the try to go through the very tough brush, but it's going to be very difficult if you don't want to go single file through the one remaining path you see here. You guys want to take single file, or you want to try to go side by side and move slower?
Could we, Lear? Could you ask the plants again? Are we going the right way, or is this just a creature trail?
This should also.
Can I make a survival to figure that out myself
What would you like to know?
before I ask some plants with spells? If this is a creature trail or if this is made by humans?
All right, you use their survival at a roll of 22. You can tell that this trail has been used by footfalls of creatures moving through. Looks like human type footfalls. Could be an elf or a human footfalls of some sort. Some smaller footfalls, like maybe halfling, or could be goblins if they're wearing some kind of footwear of some sort. And some strange oval or oblate round big footfalls that have stamped through here. They look unnatural.
Like someone putting a
Well,
shield down.
Could be like a shield.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it's like it doesn't look
It's like a
organic,
small
right?
shield.
Yeah.
There are many markers which suggest this might be the path to our quarry's abode. Shall we continue?
Well, as long as we're on the right path, I'll take up the flank, make sure that we don't get ambushed.
All right. So Hemo's gonna be in the back.
I'll be right in front of Hemo.
Yeah, I figure we should have a strong fighter at either end of the marching order.
So Theo, and then Jaru's in front right now. And right behind that is going to be
Put Lear
Eckankar?
right behind him.
Lear's right behind him. Okay.
Yeah, like I mean, I guess is there a way like if like Ek can be in front, but Lear is kind of like, or not Lear, Jaru is like pointing things out as we go.
He'll get
and things like
disadvantage
that.
if he's kind of lead.
All right, then I'll be behind Lear then.
So it's going to be Jaru, Lear, Eckankar, and then the only one we're missing is Flander right in the middle. All right. You travel through the winding trail of woods. It's slowly becoming more and more depressive. You have a sense about you that this woods is slowly losing its natural essence. Especially you can see Lear. You have the sense that you're sort of losing connection with the essence that is the cycles of life. You sort of feel that they're wearing away, as if LaRue himself or Maliki herself is sort of banished from this area.
This is troubling. I fear there might be more at stake here than we are prepared for, but we should be on our highest guard.
All right. I'm assuming you're going to travel through the path. There's nothing really stopping you. Just think about like every step is becomes slowly more and more oppressive. Your dark vision works fine, but you just sort of had this feeling that everything seems just a little darker with each step. Everything a little more shadowy.
Within a minute or two of that, I have that rabbit's foot that's glowing. It's in my pocket.
Yeah.
So it's not visibly out right now. But he basically sort of like after a few minutes of this, it's like this is depressing, and he'll just sort of like peek into his pocket just to see some light.
Yeah.
But that's what would happen is you just see there's be sort of like a quick cone of light will shoot upward for a second.
All right. As you do, the cone of light
Hits me in
seems
the face and goes
not
past me.
as bright as you remember.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
You think that it is at best dim light at its core.
So he looks in his pocket, sees some dim light. You guys could probably see his face illuminate as he. Well, maybe he's not.
Think of a
Turns out
light
it's
bulb.
full.
Think of a light bulb that you normally would look at being at full blast, but somebody has dimmed it way down, so you can actually see the coils. You know, it doesn't look. You could take it out and use it to look around, but it's not burning bright. Your glowing rabbit's foot seems like it's suppressed or in some ways.
I'm gonna assume that I'm not invisible anymore at this point.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption.
So, anyways, you guys could probably all see that pretty readily, and he'll just close it back up again after a second.
All right,
The lights are dimmer here.
like the ogres.
Like a magical darkness, then. Something's casting it
All right.
from somewhere, then.
As you move through, you come upon a clearing. You would expect the sun to be breaking through as you look through the open sky. But as you stare up, there's nothing but a black void around you.
Is this your home?
The trail ahead of you bends around a pool of water, and the air here is noticeably more humid. You feel like this kind of stickiness around you.
Does it feel like the Shadowfell?
Give me a. I'm trying to think of a good skill to check. I think for you, I would say give me survival with advantage as a roll. What do you get?
17.
You don't think this is the Shadowfell. You think this is something different. It doesn't feel like home. It doesn't feel like the darkness there is more evenly pervasive. This is something that's like enveloping you and pressing in. You have this kind of pressing in feel. Whereas the Shadowfell, it is eternally made of shadow. Its emissions are shadow. This is not. This is something squeezing the life out of the area, almost like someone's wringing the water out of a cloth, and all the water being life is sort of being sapped away, and you feel that.
It is very similar to the Shadowfell, but I believe this is probably like further down the chain of planes, so to speak. They get lower and higher. As they become lower, it becomes far more oppressive.
We do an Arcana check to see what
Give me
what
an
this all is.
give me an Arcana roll. Actually, give me a survival roll for you. That's what I want. Arcana was not going to help you in this case.
Only a 14.
You know that this forest is not cursed, and this isn't a dimensional plane. It's not the forest. It's not the soil that's causing the problem. Something else is.
So he'll counter that from what you were just saying. He says, "I don't believe this is a different plane. Some other effect happening."
I said it feels like it, but it has its origins possibly in the lower planes.
Give me a religion roll.
There might be others better at religion, but I will.
You can ask somebody else to give you.
No,
Oh, got an 18.
It's not bad.
The energy here that you're feeling, there is a suppressive spirit, but not one spirit, many things, creatures.
Sort
You
of feeding off of this area.
are not alone. Roll initiative.
As I say that out loud,
Oh no!
I don't think we're alone.
I'll bring up the initiative tracker, and then I will flip over to the map. All right. So as you see, you're placed upon this weird dark bluish darkness that surrounds you. Colored a little more colored or vibrant for people at home, so they're not so just looking at a black screen.
This is what elf vision looks like.
Yeah.
It's great.
As you do, you see slowly though, however, from the west, or which is from your right, and from this direction here, which is right up here, if you can see that, and from down here, which you can see that. Of course, I have a blue marker, so that makes it difficult. Blue on blue. Yep. You swim to this area, you see blackness sweeping in.
Row.
The darkness comes out of the darkness.
It does.
Oh my god.
What is your passive perception, everyone?
14.
15.
15 as well.
14.
Wish Finnis was here.
17.
Flanders is 17?
Yep.
Yeah, Flander.
Okay. Flander. From the north, you hear a creature stirring, moving through this field of blackness, this emanation of pure darkness. Think of a darkness spell that's moving through space, kind of slowly taking over. Boom, boom, boom. It envelops every root, every tree bark, and as it just kind of surrounds it and just becomes invisible and black. This black sphere, this circle is moving ever closer. Flander, you get to go first. I will put the black circles out, the spheres that they are, and from there you can take your action. Okay, so Flander, what you see is these emanating spheres of darkness. However, from within the one to the north, and I'll move the map light slightly, you can see within this sphere, there's a creature that exists. Something creature is coming from this area up here. You can detect it. Nobody else can. What are you going to do? It's just these are solid black spheres that are floating through space.
Oh my god.
Okay, and you're saying that I can detect a creature in there?
Yeah, it's somewhere
Within
in
the
there.
black
Your perception has picked up the fact that there's some creature moving inside of there. It's probably
Okay.
trying to hide as it's moving, but your passive is strong enough that you've actually picked it up.
Okay. I'm just going to kind of whisper to everyone, there's something alive in there. Okay, well, I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Theo.
All right, Theo gets Bardic Inspiration. Theo, I'm going to give you what's called Bardic Inspiration yellow. Boom.
Okay. And I'm also going to cast Mirror Image on myself.
All right, Flander, you take Mirror
Probably a
Image.
good move.
Is Mirror Image a concentration spell?
It is
I don't
not.
think so.
No, it is not.
Good. All right, Mirror Image. Make sure you keep track how many rounds it is. Does it last 1 minute?
1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You remind me when I attack you that, you have Mirror Image up. All right.
Right.
That was Flander. That brings us to Lear. Lear, what are you going to do?
Lear will attempt to dispel one of these magic darknesses
Awesome.
with the dispel magic charge.
Perfect. I got to see if you are able to do that. I do not know. So let me bring that up and find out.
Magical effect.
Yeah, you can use it to counter that spell. Which one do you want to do? The one to the north or one to the what we'll call?
Well, Lear's next to this giant rock, so he'd probably do the one to the north.
One to the north right here. All right. You cast it, and when you do so, it fades away. I will show you what it looks like. This one fades away, and in its place, what you can see is a mass of shadowy bodies.
Ugh.
Oh,
Writhing.
It rises, and you see not just one body, but many bodies just flying out of the shadows.
hate that.
That's not great.
That's what you cast Dispel Magic on it. You see it. Do you have any other actions or bonus actions you want to do?
Not at this time.
Cry? Is that a bonus action, or is that just part of your free?
That's a free action.
That's
Free
a free
action,
action to
okay.
cry.
All right, their turn.
Oh no.
I don't like that.
Mommy, please. Save.
It is now the Overshadow's turn.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, this Overshadow, it's going to move, and it's going to move a total of. Tell you here, gotta see how fast it can move.
Well, if the speed of light is almost infinite, then the speed of shadow should be about 0, right?
You're right.
That's fair. That's fair, right?
That's just logic.
Yeah.
You know?
It moves to here. That's it. It moves to there. It does its movement, and then it is enveloped in shadow. However, it does that. It casts that, and then it hides. As a bonus action, it can hide in the shadow, and that means, depending on what its hide is, some of you may see it. Ooh, crap! Thank you. Gonna sense back, do that, and boom. It hides within the darkness. Boom. Nobody's passive is big enough to see it this time. The other one goes 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. It moves to here. Jargo, your passive is 14, you said, right? So you're going to be surprise attacked. You see this creature appear within the darkness. It's going to reach out and strike at you. It is attacking. Ooh, I rolled terribly though for the first strike. The second one Oh, I get advantage. I forgot. It's gonna. I rolled absolutely terrible against you. So but one of them may have struck you.
Okay, shield.
All right, shield comes up. What are your total armor class with shield?
22.
All right, it hits the shield. You see this darkness, this hand, this creature leak out of the darkness. It hits the armor. His shadow, the bright sparks of the shield are almost blinding for a moment as you strike into you.
Can we see the creature now?
You can see it. Yeah, you know it's there. You know it's right. You know it's where it's at. But technically,
it's enveloped in the shadow.
It's enveloped in shadow, right?
Gotcha.
Because you can target it, but with disadvantage, right?
Right.
That brings us to Hemo. Hemo, what are you going to do?
I guess I'm gonna have to move up. Is it difficult terrain off the trail here?
In the clearing.
As long as you are in the clearing, it is not. If you go into the bluer brush, that's difficult terrain.
Okay. Could I get past the party at this point without tripping through?
Yes,
the
you think
underbrush?
you can.
Okay.
Yes, you think you can.
I'm gonna move 15. I guess I could just move up on it. I saw that. Did I see this thing swing?
Yeah, and it came out of being hidden. So it is in darkness. You know kind of what area it's in. It's just you're going to disadvantage to attack it.
Okay. Well, heck. Let's just try it anyways. I'll take my full move to get up close to it and try to swing into the darkness. I'll take a disadvantaged attack.
I'm going to attack the dark.
That's 17 at disadvantage.
That 17 is going to hit.
Nice. That does
we
11
go.
points of magical slashing damage.
Nice job.
We'll take another attack at disadvantage. 15.
A 15 will also hit. Even with disadvantage, that's a 15 still going to
Oh,
hit.
wow.
Sweet.
Good
Takes
rolls.
8 more points of slashing as I figure out where it is. And
And is that also a magical attack?
that is a magic attack, yeah.
Nice.
My bonus action, we'll just do a full round of attacks, just see what happens. 13 to hit?
13 will miss.
Okay. My bonus action offhand misses then.
Did a good job of pinpointing his AC for us too.
Nice job. Eckankar, it is your turn. What would you like to do? Trying to bring it in close
Eck.
enough so
Feels
everyone
like
can see what's going on.
Battleship over here.
Eck will also
It's a
move
busy map.
up
I apologize.
and do some strikes at disadvantage.
All right, run one forward.
15 to hit. That should
15 will hit it.
hit. 11 points.
Nice.
And this is it is magical.
Nice job.
Second attack. 18. There we go.
Yes.
And another 8.
Oh, good job.
Okay. And then they'll end it.
Nice job. All right,
like
that
that.
brings us to Theo. Theo, what are you going to do?
He's going to step forward. How tall is that rock right there?
I'm going to say that rock is, we'll say it's as big as a person.
Okay, so
So-
it's sort of be blocking
Right.
that area. All right, he'll just move around then to here, where I should have a little bit easier way to sort of shoot past everybody.
All
You
right.
can use a ranged weapon. For those of you that might be looking back at him, there's a gem-like node that is on his chest, and as he basically triggers something on his shoulder.
Yep.
You can see them, and a beam of it's treated as a simple ranged weapon,
Uh-huh.
and does lightning damage. So basically, lightning is shooting out of here.
Nice.
So let me give
Is
you.
it is it an attack roll?
Yes.
So do it with disadvantage.
Yep.
All right.
Flipping over to that right now, and lightning launcher. Let's
So you
go.
really do have Iron Man beams.
It really is Iron
22
Man.
is my disadvantage.
22 with disadvantage. Yes, even with cover, that does hit it.
Excellent. So the first attack, I rolled pretty low on the damage, unfortunately. But the first attack is 8 points of lightning,
Nice.
and I'll do a second attack as well. And holy crap,
Dang.
26s. I've been rolling very high.
That's
18s.
good. That's good because you had a lot of your group had a lot of low rolls for a long time. So I'm glad it's
That
happening.
was
We had a slow morning, I think, but
10 more points. for the
groggy.
second hit.
10 more points for a second. Nice.
That Turtle is looking over the 5 doesn't count. on
Nice
the
job.
second roll.
All right,
And then
Ja-
we'll move a little bit further up here. Just try to get a
all right,
little up.
Jaru, what are you going to do?
I'll draw the scimitar and be like, now's not the time. And
Oh, what are you talking about? Oh, it's dark. Well, about time we've got some darkness. Enter the darkness. What are you waiting for? Get in the darkness where you can fight the best.
okay. And I'll initiate Blade Song. And I will take.
Why is there? He looks.
attacks,
he-
yeah.
that other elf, the non Shadarkai elf. My goodness. Certainly does have a smell about it, doesn't it?
Whoa. He most
Wow.
stinks.
He just didn't wash for a couple days. Come on, sword.
All right, what are you going to do?
Oops. No, it's at
Critical.
That's a disadvantage, though, right?
Yeah, to roll
Oh, one more,
disadvantage. yeah.
one more.
Yeah.
You added critical, but you have the disadvantage roll.
Roll second critical.
Yeah, come on, 2
roll it again.
criticals. That'd be
2
awesome.
crits.
So
Why is your critical range 22? 14?
You did not reset your critical.
Did you reset your criticals?
Well, you got it.
Oh no.
It's definitely not a critical.
you guys want to.
They're lighting up.
Okay, you got 22. Well, we'll deal with your criticals in a second.
I
But
just
go ahead,
think
do your damage.
Is it immune to psychic?
Is it immune to psychic? I will tell you. It is.
Interesting.
It is not immune to psychic.
Okay. So this is
And I will tell you, you did lightning damage to it. It's resistant to lightning.
Oh, disadvantage and resistant.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Just so you, yeah, I figured you probably know that.
so. Do you want them separate? 16
No, you're
slashing?
it's not immune. Let's see, does it have disadvantage to psychic? It actually takes full psychic damage. So
All right, so 3 points of psychic and then 16 points of slashing, magical.
magical damage. Okay, so you did 19 total.
Mhm.
Okay,
And then on my second one, I'm going to cast Booming Blade.
all right.
And I have to hit. But
Come on, hit him. You get him. Get
Can do
disadvantage attack. All right, what does he get? Ooh, a
10.
10. Not enough. Crap. You had a nice try though. All right, is there any type of bonus action you are able or capable of doing?
I did. I activated Blade Song.
Oh, Blade Song. Thank you for reminding me. All right, Blade Song activated. Flander, what are you going to do? Now back at the top of the order here. Second
Flanders.
round, you're ready.
Flanders will move to here. And I'll hit him with the crossbow.
All right, attacking him with a crossbow. He is under cover now, and he's in darkness.
Okay, so we're shooting at disadvantage.
Yeah, disadvantage, and his armor class is higher.
It's a real hard hit.
Come on, you can do it. Are you using your new bow, your new weapon?
Oh, yeah.
Boom. Oh, you rolled a 10. Shoot.
Wait, that's the
Oh,
damage.
no, you
got
can roll a 25.
Oh, that was the wrong. That was
That's
your
damage.
attack.
Yeah,
Your
it's a
attack.
25.
The damage roll.
Flander and the Flanders.
All right, you hit. You hit for
hits.
10 points of damage. Nice.
He needs to make that saving throw.
Do you want him to make that saving throw? It's up to you.
Yep.
All right.
No, I don't want him to make that saving throw, actually. I want him
Okay.
to roll it and not make it.
Do you want me to make? Do you want me to roll the saving throw when you hit him?
I want you to roll the saving throw, yes.
All right. Oh crap! It's a charisma of 15, right?
Mhm.
Let me see what their charisma bonus
Yeah.
is or
Mhm.
negative.
Yeah,
Let's
they're
see.
pretty ugly looking. I'm hoping for a
They have a
negative over here.
+1, so I rolled
I have a
17.
negative
Shoot.
charisma. What? They have more charisma
Made
than I
it.
do?
Made it.
And me too.
Need it.
That's rude.
Wow.
Maybe they can just talk real good.
Okay. All right. It made it save, so it's not affected, but it's still cool though. I love it. All right, you did it. Do you have anything else you're gonna do, Flander?
You took the damage from it.
Yeah. You
Yes,
did-
bonus action,
you
I'll
did
give
10 points of
Eckankar a bardic inspiration too.
Thank you.
You get bardic inspiration. And you get bardic inspiration.
Everyone gets it. Thank you, Flander.
You get you get your inspirations back on a
you.
short rest, right? All right, cool.
What I'm here for.
Lear.
Yeah.
Round 2 of Lear. What are you gonna do, Lear?
So Lear will gallop around, and as
Literally
he runs,
gallop? Are you a horse now?
Yeah, literally, like as he starts to run, he gets enveloped by the image of a silvery elk.
Nice.
And he's using this charge attack with these horns that he's wearing on his back.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oop, that was not the button I wanted to push.
You attack him with a language proficiency?
Wait, you can speak common?
He's
I
been
can speak
English.
common.
You put a little English on that.
He
The
does sort
horns
spin
of
around
the elk.
inside there, yeah. Oh boy.
Oh, it's a natural one.
Oh,
Ah, crap!
you
You
made
rolled a
an
natural 1.
A natural one and a natural 20.
Did you?
But it's,
Yeah, he
uh,
made
Oh my
that.
gosh.
God.
That sucks.
Same
What
disadvantage.
is the? What are the odds?
But you see him as he runs forward. There's like this trailing ghost like made of silver, and the moonlight elk follows behind him. So he runs into
Patronus.
it.
Eric?
It's like a Patronus. Yeah, I like that. It's
1 in
cool. I
400.
like that. That's how you can think about
Yeah.
it.
And it,
1 in 400.
Oh, that
it
sucks.
fizzled.
Is there anything else you're gonna do,
It
Cameron?
fizzled. It didn't work, and then as a bonus action, he'll shillelagh and get his staff all buffed up.
Nice. All right. The overshadows get to go. All right. Let's start with this one here. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. He moves to here, and I'm going to drop it down to the map layer just to make it. That didn't work in my favor. Hold on. Hold on a second. Let me try something and see what happens.
We should have a funny little technical difficulties splash screen.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a terrible. All right.
little organ theme.
All right. He's still hiding and nobody's catching him. So Theo, you are being attacked, but you don't know what's being attacked yet until it suddenly appears in total darkness right here.
Now, can I still see dark vision inside of this, or is
No,
this magical
this
darkness?
is magical darkness.
Got it.
Yeah, this is totally magical darkness. All right. He's gonna hit. Missed you the first time. Oh, but really hitting it in the second time. Do you have any way of putting any special magic or shields or anything against this creature?
I was just double checking my spells for that sort of thing. I do have the old absorb elements, but that wouldn't. It's not going to block anything. So let's just go with the hit.
All right, you are attacked. You are going to take necrotic damage as it leaks its fingers into you. +4 is 15 necrotic damage, and I need you to roll me a d4.
Ouch. Uh-oh. Minus 15. And a D4?
Yes,
Don't like that one.
you're going to be
Oh.
sapped away 4 strength.
Oh. Oh no.
Wasn't a save or anything on that one?
No.
Wow. That's bad. All right. I do get a reaction, though, to being hit.
What reaction
Here.
is that?
Immediately after being hit by a melee attack,
Okay,
This
it
was
counts as a melee attack. Yes.
I can expend one of these shield charges and push the attacker up to 15 feet away. My repulsion shield.
Awesome. Okay, you attack it and push it 15 feet away.
Yes.
Awesome. It's immune.
Really? Darn. So I can tell he's still next to me.
Yes.
I'll mark off one of my charges of that. And
You
my-
literally go through it. It's like
Four
going. It's like pushing against air.
Dang it.
All right. That was the first creature. This second creature here also gets to go. And it has a whole bunch of people to attack here. Who am I going to hit? Let me roll the dice. I think it's only fair to roll a dice. And then fudge the dice and pick whoever I want.
Valid.
All right. I'm gonna go Hemo in the corner pocket. Hemo in the corner pocket. Hemo, you're being attacked. Hemo, do you have any way of stopping his attack against you?
You know, I don't think I even have the short sword of parrying anymore, so no, I don't have any reactions. Just reactions to taking damage, and then I can reduce the damage a little.
Perfect.
So I will use my reaction with my protection fighting style to impose disadvantage.
Well,
have to
you
see
can't
the target?
you can't see the attacker and you can't see Hemo.
Oh, I can't. Oh,
He's in darkness.
it doesn't say I have to see him. It just says a person's getting attacked. But I mean, if we want to
I
roll
would
it
say
way,
that you
that's
would need
fine.
to see them to be able to use your ability, unless it says otherwise.
It does
Oh,
say
yeah,
when a
that
creature
you-
you can see.
Yep, it does.
Okay, it makes
that's
sense.
fair.
I would think that's only fair. So you are going to take this damage. You're going to take 17 points of necrotic damage.
Ow.
Ooh.
And roll me a d4.
All right, here comes a d4. 2.
2. You take 2 points of strength drain.
Ow.
Yikes.
And what is your current armor class?
17.
All right, and the second attack against you misses.
How do we mark
good.
for ability damage?
I don't know if you can on the sheet. Just note it somewhere, just in wounds or something like that. All right, and then at the end of their turn, Flander, you can see them. That's here. You can see this one here, so I'm going to leave it out, but I'm going to note it that it's hidden. So it is still hidden. It's got this marker on it that it's hidden. But Flander, you know where it's at. This one, on the other hand, will go away completely. This one, nobody knows where it's at because as a bonus action, they get to hide in the darkness. And then I have to move to this layer.
I made an item that has a mod of strength equals -4, and now it's modded.
Perfect. All right. And I'm going to have this creature. All right. That means, Hemo, what are you going to do?
Well,
You don't know
think
where
my
either of these
target has
creatures are.
disappeared.
Yeah, you don't know where either of these creatures are. They are literally hiding in their darkness. Although Flander knows where it's at.
I guess I'm gonna get really quiet, really still, and try to hear where the creatures are. Could I try to perceive it?
Give me a perception roll. Yes.
That was at disadvantage. I don't know if it had to be, but the first one was an
Yeah,
11.
I don't know. Well, if they get advantage, no, I think it's fine because they get advantage for hiding in the shadow, but I don't think you get disadvantage to perception. Do you get disadvantage for perception when you're in darkness? It's hard. I don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
Let me just look at darkness because it's not the same as invisibility. I'll research it for next time. So for now, I'm not going to give you disadvantage, and we'll find out next time. Let's just keep going. It's totally.
Either way, my perception was only an 11.
All right, you don't find any of these creatures. What do you want to do?
I guess I could just start stepping forward with my swords out and seeing if I could run into anything blindly.
You certainly can do that. What would you like to do?
Guess I'll take a few steps forward.
Kind of adjust the map to kind of give people a little bit better understanding of what's going on. All right, you run forward. All right. Anything else you're gonna do?
Was that perception was my action?
Perception was your action, yeah.
Okay. Then, yeah, I guess I'll just take it another step forward. I don't know exactly what I'm standing in, but I'll just walk 20 feet towards where the creature was.
Got it. All right. That brings us to Eckankar. So, Eckankar, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I guess I will use a perception check at the beginning to see if I can see this thing.
On Flander's turn, he can call out or he can shout where something else is, and you can see it.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to? I mean, you technically, metagaming wise, you could wait till after Flander goes if you want.
Yeah, I think I'll just wait. If I can't see anything,
I'll put you at 23.
Yeah, I'll just wait.
All right, and then we'll go back to Jaru. Who just went? Oh, it was just Hemo. So Theo, it's your turn. What are you gonna do, Theo?
All right. Well,
this creature just vanished in front of you.
yeah, I did a decent amount of damage too. I don't like that strength sap, but I also think that I'm in a pretty good. I know I'm a little more defensive fighter, so I'm gonna stay on my ground for a little bit here.
Stand your ground.
And so I can't see them, but I think there's a good chance they're right in front of me. Wait, just because I can't see them, I can still know which spot they're in. They didn't move, right?
No, they're hiding.
They started to hide right in front of me?
Yeah.
After they attacked me?
Yeah. They're going to do it as a bonus action. So you actually don't know where he's at. Flander knows where he's at. And when Flander's turn is, I'll put the creature where it is. But right now, you don't know if this creature's literally in front of you right now.
Got it. So
it's hiding.
The only way to do that is to spend an action, right?
Yeah.
To seek it or to look for him?
Yeah. And then you can call it out and people could know where it's at.
Got it. Well, I can do an area, though, or I could fire into a spot where I think it is, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Although some of these spells, I think they say that you have to be able to see them.
Well, yeah. Usually the spells
Firebolt,
say,
for example.
Yeah. Well, like a fireball is a target, but like a fireball, you could just pick a circular area and just
A
fire.
fireball is a to whom it may concern.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it.
Bolt is direct to center.
All right. Well,
Attention of.
What do you want to do? So the last thing you knew was right in front of you. It's hiding. Flander knows exactly where it's at. On his turn, I'll let him know.
that's fine. That's fair. I think he's gonna delay for just a second and call out. It didn't. My repulsion shield didn't shove it back, but I think it moved, and he'll delay. Can I delay until?
Till when?
I guess I'd go after Flander then.
All right, I'm gonna put you at 23.1.
Basically pausing, and then at the end he'll go.
You want to go before? I'll let you guys decide when it gets to it. That's fine. So. All right, so that brings us to Jaru. Jaru, you know that, well, Flander will know where this one is, somewhere wherever it's his turn. This one, nobody knows where it's at.
I will delay until after Flander.
All right. All right, Flander.
I was about to say, if he doesn't say anything, we're going to delay for a
Flander,
whole
you know,
round.
you know that this creature is right here.
And Flander shouts out, "He's right in front of Theo!"
All right, and what are you going to do?
I'm going to try and cast Dissonant Wisp. Actually, no, I'm going to try and cast Bane on it.
What does Bane say?
Okay, I'll put it out there.
Go ahead and read it. Up to
Yep,
3
it's
creatures
up.
of your choice that you can see, but unfortunately you can't see any creatures right now.
Oh,
You
bummer.
just know where it is.
I just
It's
know
not
it
a
is.
sight thing.
You know that it's somewhere in this area, somewhere in this, in this general
Okay,
area.
so-
It's there, but you're not exactly sure where.
So Bane won't work? Then Dissonant
you-
Whispers will.
They can sure hear you.
Yep.
Nice.
So I will cast Dissonant Whispers instead.
Awesome. I will make my. Do I get a saving throw or is it an attack?
You get a saving throw. I believe it's Wisdom.
You tell me.
Yep. Yeah.
Wisdom 17.
Yeah, a wisdom saving throw.
Yep. Wisdom 17. Yep.
All right, I am going to fail it. What type of damage do you do to me?
He does 3d6 damage.
Psychic damage.
Yep.
Psychic damage. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
6 points of psychic damage.
Really?
Kind of pitiful roll.
Wow. That was a good
Flander.
strategy because they take full damage from psychic.
Yep. But he also the creature doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground. Okay, but it does move as far away as its speed will allow away from me.
Perfect.
As a reaction.
It's a reaction. So it just does it right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, let me figure out where that is. I'm going to back the map up a little bit.
I guess the question is, does the darkness automatically follow it, or were they controlling them separately?
I feel like it's an aura that they can do. Maybe.
The one guy did show up at the corner of
Yeah, he
his
moves around.
darkness.
Yeah. Maybe they can just move around in it. Yeah.
So he moves to there. All right, that's where he ends up. All right,
Mhm.
that brings that is
Okay.
now
Mm.
And he's right out in the open.
Jaru. It is your turn.
Did that square go with him or no?
Nope, it did not. It has
Okay.
he can move on his turn.
Mm.
Now he can't be pushed out, but you can psychically command him to leave. Right?
Sure. He's moving under his own accord. Oops.
What do you
Zoom.
want to do? There you are, little Jaru. He's so cute.
Well,
Trying to get close enough so everyone can see, but far enough back where you can see everything.
I go there
All right.
and I see him.
You see him. You see this
Bonus
black-
action. I'm gonna bonus action. Misty Step. Well, Blessings of the Raven Queen.
All right.
Essentially, Misty Step.
Blessings of the Raven Queen to that spot. Boom.
And now I
That
will-
is good. That is considered a spell, though. Just be aware. This is a spell.
But Booming Blades are cantrips.
No, that's totally fine. I'm just letting you know.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. So you
But I'm
can,
gonna hit.
you're gonna hit him with a booming blade.
Well, I'm gonna hit him with the regular attack first, and then a Booming Blade.
Got it. Come on.
Big money!
Come on. Big money. Hit this
It's a
thing.
normal roll, so that's good.
Yeah, you don't have to do
24.
it. That will hit.
There we go.
9 points of slashing, magic, and then psychic, right?
Yeah. They all take full. It does full psychic damage. So you can just give me the total. So it's a
Okay.
total of what, 9?
Yep.
All right.
And then I will attack again.
Boom. This is the booming blade attack, right?
Yep.
Come on.
18.
Yeah, that'll hit. There you go.
And then, so 21 points of total damage.
From the booming blade attack.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, do you want the thunder damage?
Oh, thunder.
separate?
I take half thunder. So yeah.
So half of 11. So
So 5.
Mhm.
So 15 total, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Boom! You hit it. There you go. Perfect.
and then that's it. I'm done.
Okay, perfect. That is Jaru going. That brings us to Theo. Theo, what are you gonna do? You see this creature gets ejected out, flees out of the darkness.
And I'm still in the darkness, yeah.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
thought he was right in front of me. I'm gonna, as he's pausing and he's waiting for an idea, and Flander hollers he's right in front of him. He's gonna actually use his item interaction to pull that rabbit foot out of his pocket.
Mhm.
It's on a lash, but he pulls
Yeah.
it out, and so it creates magical light.
Okay.
Right? It's only 5 foot radius of bright light,
Yeah.
5 foot dim after that. So it is magical light, but
Yeah.
it isn't really a spell effect.
It doesn't do anything to the darkness.
Yeah, I can't even see even
Nope.
see like a foot in front of me or anything.
No.
That's what I
But
was
a good
guessing.
idea though. It is your free item interaction, so it
Yeah.
doesn't really cost
Just
you anything.
nothing, right?
You just it's like if it was turned off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just nothing.
So darkness says it can't be lit by non-magical light.
I think I think it has to be lit by a spell that's more powerful than itself.
Yeah, daylight's the one that washes away darkness spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does say that if any of the spell's area overlaps with the area of light created by a spell of second level or lower, the spell that created the light is dispelled.
Yeah.
Non-magical light can't illuminate it.
Yeah,
but
so-
it isn't really a spell. It's just a sort of a trick.
Yeah, I will probably say
It's just not working.
if any of the spell's area overlaps with the area of light created by a spell of second level or lower, the spell that created the light is dispelled. So I'd say it would dispel it because it's this magical effect, right?
Effectively, it's what they say, a spark of magic, but there's no
so-
level to it.
Yeah, so it's like a cantrip, so it just gets
Alright, so just nothing happens.
You could create it again, of course, but
Yep. Okay. So that's his item interaction, dispelling his own thing. Cool.
he's
And
like, I ate this thing.
and then basically he's just gonna use his shocking grasp cantrip and try to attack right out in front of him because that's where he thought the thing was, and so he'll spend 2 rounds swiping and not
I think you would know. I mean, this is sort of metagame of D&D
Well,
that
could
you
I tell that he
probably
moved?
know that the creature fled because he's not hiding anymore.
Oh, so
So-
good point. If he's not
right.
hiding, I could tell that he moved
Right,
away.
right. So you'll be able to know that he moved away.
You
I don't want to
probably hear
rob your
Jeru
grasp.
swinging at him too.
I will.
Yeah, you're- boom.
I will do major damage to your characters. So take the,
Right.
don't hinder
No, that's fair.
yourself.
I forgot. It's a good point if he's not hiding at that
Yeah.
point. Well, then I'll chase after him then.
Go for it.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, and I come out of the darkness, right?
Yeah.
And I see that I'm coming right up to the edge of the brush here. Can I see it in there?
You can. It has considered light cover, so it's -2 to hit it, and it's difficult terrain to move through it.
Okay. Well, but I can see it at this point, so I will fire on it then. Let's just do that.
Go
Keep
for
it
it.
simple.
It has
Right.
light cover, and it's difficult terrain to move through.
Yeah, I'll use. So the lightning, I thought he was resistant to. I'm gonna try fire.
Nice.
I don't know if anybody else did that yet. I didn't see it. If they did,
Streak
so,
of fire.
firebolt.
Boom.
Here we go.
Missed.
Definitely
Rolled a
missed.
1. Boom. Jaru might have felt that a little bit. His hot sin across. He's like, ooh, getting goosed by
Rolled
a
nat 1 on
firebolt.
that attack.
Ooh.
Yep.
That was warm.
Okay,
All right. Anything else you're gonna do?
that was it.
All right. Jaru gets to go. Eckankar, what are you going to do?
I know Hemo was by my side and he moved away.
Yes. This creature is
I think-
riding around. Jaru might be destroyed next as this thing is going to take full revenge against him. Jaru looks weak. He looks frail. And the darkness is going to consume him.
Actually, right now I'm resistant to all forms of damage.
Nice.
Okay.
But you look weak.
Strength training is
You look really frail. Yeah. I'm going to move into the darkness as well. End up around here. And then try to perceive.
All right, give
this
me a
thing is
perception
there.
roll. It's difficult for this one, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. 21.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm gonna add bardic inspiration to
Go
that.
for it. Bardic inspiration.
D8. Come on. All right, so
Yes, you see it.
25.
Yes, you see it.
Nice.
I'm going to put it
All right.
right where I'm going to put it to the lower layer.
Did you
Right
call him
there.
out?
Oh no. Yeah,
It's
I'll
right next to Hemo. You're like, oh,
I'll yell
Bardic-
out. Oh. Yeah,
you made
so
it, Hemo.
Hemo, it's right in front of you.
Hemo's like sort of reaching out
Take away my bardic.
to its right. He doesn't even realize it's there.
Nope.
Eckankar, is there any more you're going to do?
It was a perception of free action.
No, perception is an action, but you get to
Then
once you
I,
perceive, you can call out to other people. And
Yeah, I did that. I really can't move anymore. So
Lear, what are you going to do?
Oh, I think Lear is going to cast Fire Shield on himself. So that
is just is that a 10-foot aura? Or is that
it's whenever I'm hit.
Okay, yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's whenever
give
I'm
you.
hit.
I'll
Put
give
that
you
on.
a red token because that means you're at fire shield. Are you doing fire as your shield or cold?
I'm gonna do fire as my shield.
Okay, got it.
So I'll be resistant to cold, although they don't seem to be dealing that. But then I will take my second, or my bonus action, that is, to turn into a big snake with blind sense.
Big snake.
Put you over the top of there. Boom.
Big snake with blind sense, and I will slither on over towards this guy.
All right, and I put a fire shield marker on your
Big snake. Nice.
Nice.
You're a snake covered in fire?
That's so cool.
But we can't see it.
Yeah, you can't see it.
We
All right,
have
let
no
me-
idea.
Let me attack Jaru first. Let me do attack Jaru first.
I'll be casting shield.
You're probably very smart to do that. All right. Well, let me tell you if he even hit you though. He might not need to. He didn't hit you though.
Oh.
Yeah. So you were actually. Yeah.
Wait, so how does darkness work though? Because it's a 4th level spell that emits 10 foot of bright light from my shield. Would that penetrate the darkness at all?
It should.
No, it just doesn't. It doesn't. It
just doesn't get
dispel
snuffed.
it because only a daylight, as far as I know, dispels darkness.
Okay.
Unless your spell specifically says it dispels darkness, it doesn't.
Well,
Gotcha.
I don't think it would dispel it, but I think it is magical light, and darkness is non-magical light can't illuminate it, which would imply magical light could illuminate it.
No, the thing is, his light means he can move in and out of the darkness and it won't be dispelled. But inside the darkness, there's no light. Yeah, only
No, that
daylight,
makes
as far
sense.
as I know.
Daylight's the one.
Yeah, daylight is the only thing I know that can dispel magical
Yeah,
darkness.
Like magical darkness is pretty rough in D&D.
Yeah,
I was just
It's
assuming
scary.
that part of
Dark
it
is
would
scary.
win out, and he would be able to see in that part of it, wherever this thing was.
I don't think so. Yeah, unless your
Yeah.
spell says, because I think daylight specifically says it destroys magical darkness.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
So if I think that one spell specifically says it, I would say that it needs to specifically say it. And we can look in during the off week and we can determine for sure. All right. I apologize. So now this other one gets to go. It's going to attack.
Snake.
Let's see. We have the snake or we have Hemo. Let's see.
My
Good
glasses.
old Hemo.
I can't see without my.
Glasses.
The first attack is going to hit you, Hemo.
They knocked the reading glasses off Hemo's face. He put them on in an attempt to see.
You're hit for 14 points of, I believe I said necrotic damage. Let me confirm that. You're hit for 14 points of necrotic damage.
Damage is
Roll me a
damage.
d4.
Oh, great.
You're only down 2 right now, right?
Let's count 2 more.
All right. That's the first strike. The second strike.
Oh no.
Ooh, 1 away from critically hitting you. For 7 plus 4 is 11 points of necrotic damage. And roll me a d4.
Ow, is this a melee attack?
It's considered a melee attack, yes.
Okay, I'm going to use my parry maneuver.
To use a parry maneuver, do you have to see the attacker? I don't know.
No,
Another
it's when a
damage-
creature damages you.
Yes, you can do that. Yep, I see.
So
yes.
I'll reduce the damage by
Come on,
9.
4.
4 plus my dex mod.
9. Nice. Save the damage.
I'll take
All right.
2 points.
And roll me a
more.
d4.
It's good. That strength stuff is scary, man.
Yeah.
3
Minus
more.
3.
What is your strength right now?
5.
Oh god.
Oh,
Good thing you're a dex-based fighter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
What-
I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad he didn't like just
Crit?
just bail on strength altogether with like an 8 strength. You know.
Yeah, like me.
Well, he missed you
What-
though.
what
Hey, I
happened?
rolled.
That's true. No.
Sometimes the dice just missed you. I rolled really crappy.
Yeah.
All right.
What happens if
Lear's rolling
you
8
hit
strength.
0?
You die.
You
die.
die and are consumed.
Oh my god.
I think if you hit 1, you collapse and you can't hold yourself up.
I think that's old school rules.
Is that old school?
Yeah, 5e is pretty much like a light switch. Everything is on or off. Old school had the gradients. All right, which I appreciate. We're gonna have to go back and play an old school game again. I'm definitely gonna have to do that, but not this game. All right,
Yeah,
that brings us to Hemo. Hemo, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna put one sword in the dirt to try to hold my weak body up, and with the other one, I'm going to swing at the overshadow that Eckankar just pointed out.
Go for it.
I'm
There's a
at
group-
disadvantage.
All these bodies, faces just reaching out in the complete darkness.
A spirit guardian. The spirit guardian.
On my turn, I apologize. I'm going to break because I did something wrong on his turn. I apologize, and I need to change this location to here.
Oh no.
At the end of his turn, he can. Or on his turn during his move, he can move the shadow.
Okay, but he was still forced out of it by the forced movement.
Yeah, it did. They just went. It was his turn.
Okay.
So all he did was he didn't move, but he basically the shadow darkness disappears and it reforms around him.
Okay.
So Hemo, it's your turn. I apologize for the confusion on that.
All right. This guy is still. You know what? I'm gonna do a. It doesn't look like I need to see to do a feinting attack, so I'm going to use a feinting attack maneuver to get advantage and basically just cancel it out.
All right.
So that's a bonus action and
Nice.
a superiority die to give me advantage, so I'll take this one flat for my first attack.
Come on, what'd you get?
19 to hit.
Ooh, it's gonna hit.
There we go.
Does 12 points of magical slashing.
Nice.
Nice.
And my second attack is going to be at disadvantage.
Oh no.
I get
Come on.
a 16 to hit.
16. Will still
good.
hit him.
And I do 12 points slashing.
Yeah,
Oh,
the armor
wait.
classes aren't great, but
I get a superiority dice damage on top of the thing for the feint,
almost
since
gave.
I landed that first attack. So the first attack did 6 extra points of slashing.
Okay. All right. Let me
Hey.
make sure I get that. Nice job. Oh yeah, you did Mazer awesome. Way to go.
So that's 30 damage, magical slashing.
Just your basic 30 damage, you know.
Just all right. That brings us to Flander. Flander. These shadow creatures.
Emo's knees get shaky.
I messed up on my turn. Shoot. I'm going to leave this one because, but I do need to roll. Okay. Nothing happened. Keep going. He tried to hide, but he actually rolled really low, and everybody's passive perception is higher than that. So, all right. That was Flander. What are you going to do now?
Flander is going to step up to here and call out, "Hey, Smokey, I think I just stepped in something smarter than you," and cast Vicious Mockery.
All right. What type of damage does Vicious Mockery do?
Psychic.
Awesome. So you're going to do 1 to 4
Social.
psychic damage, and I make a
Does
save,
social
so,
damage.
right? What type of save am I making?
Okay, it's a Wisdom save.
Okay.
17
I will fail. So you're going to do your 1 to 4 damage, and
Okay.
then they can't heal, right? Or is that the
Then they have disadvantage on their next attack.
they have a disadvantage on their next attack? Okay, thank
That's
you.
right,
Remind,
yeah. Mhm.
remind me when it's my turn.
Okay, so here he goes. 1d4. Yeah, do him 3 points.
Nice.
It's not nothing.
All right. I actually took 4 away.
And
by
it's so
mistake.
much fun to cast.
All right. Yes. Awesome. The creature was like, if you could see him in the darkness, in the square of darkness, that'd be awesome. But you're not able to. All right. That brings us to Jaru, who's sitting in the dark. What are you going to do?
I will cast haste upon myself.
Nice.
And,
Haste gives you 1 additional action, right?
1 additional
Strike or move.
strike or disengage or move.
Okay.
So, I'm going to. It also gives me +2 to armor class.
Perfect.
Don't change it.
So what did you? So you cast haste on yourself. Does that last for 10 rounds?
Yep.
All right.
And then I will disengage as my
I'll
action.
put a little blue on here to remind you of your haste. All right. You disengage.
And my movement speed is now double, so I can move at 80.
Nice. All right. So you cast a spell. Your action is to disengage, and you're moving. You can move 80 feet. That is awesome. Go ahead and move yourself.
Dang, dude.
That's awesome. Nice job.
I'm just going to move to there.
Later.
You could just leave if you wanted to.
I could, but
All right. That meaning the booming blade on that creature fades away at the end of your
Yep,
round,
yep.
right? Okay. Just making sure I got all the math
that was
correct.
the last round.
All right. Jaru gets out. Sometimes just getting out is a win.
Without strength loss that I can't afford, yeah.
Yeah.
it's,
Well,
it's
you know,
okay.
you're just lucky. I rolled like a 2 and a 3 against you, so that's awesome. Theo, it is your turn. You have these two creatures.
I'm also going to run back out of here. 5, 10, 15. I see
The butt of a snake,
I was going to say daylight, but I don't see daylight. I see twilight.
even darkness. Think of it like a basement at night. You know, you can kind of see things eerily.
Way brighter than it was a second ago.
Yeah.
And I think I heard you casting haste, and he thinks about the same thing, so he's actually going to cast haste on himself as well.
Oh my god, gotta go fast.
Well, they're gonna go.
Yeah.
They're like no. They're like forget the strength drain. These creatures.
That should hopefully help. I mean, to your point, it's +2 AC, right?
Mhm.
So that's my action for a spell. I can use my weapon my simple weapons, which is the gem thing, to do an attack as my action, correct? Because I get an extra action on this turn.
You get an action your action as haste, I believe, is a strike. Or
Yeah, I'd use an attack
disengage.
action, basically.
Yeah, no,
First
I
it-
think it's fair. No, you could do that. Go ahead. Go.
Because otherwise it'd be another spell, right?
No, you're fine.
Which-
I just making sure you couldn't do that. It wasn't a spell
Yeah.
or what was it? Okay, go ahead.
Right, lightning launcher at disadvantage still, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yep. All right. So
Which one
first
are you attacking?
attack, the one that I just sort of ran away from.
This one or this one over here?
I'll use my bardic inspiration on it. Is that a D8 these days?
Yes.
You have a 1.
Yeah.
You rolled a 1.
I know, but I can use a bardic inspiration on that, right?
Yeah, that should change it from away from a crit fail.
Yeah, is that what you want to do? That's fine.
Yeah,
No,
it's
you
a
can do
D8.
that.
You said.
There.
Yeah.
So that brings.
Does
it
a
to-
natural one mean that you lose the attack? That you miss all the time?
I thought Bardic Inspirations changed the D20 roll.
I don't think so.
No, it just adds to it.
It's just an
Maybe that
add.
would be a useless roll.
Yep.
Yep.
So in
So I
this
won't do
particular
that then.
case, it's not going to help you.
No. All right. Well,
Sometimes rolling a 1 just sucks.
it does. I'll take my second attack at disadvantage, and we'll see what we can get.
Unless you have halfling luck.
That'll work.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, my second one was a 20 and a 21.
Are you
so that'll
attacking?
hit.
You said you're attacking this one here,
Yes.
right? Okay.
The same
Awesome.
one.
That's going to hit.
So I hit him. So 9 points of damage, 10 points of damage. So,
Lightning damage, right?
Yes,
Takes half
half
of
of it. Yep.
that. You strike this one through the dark randomly. This lightning bolt just stops at the wall of lightning
Yeah.
of darkness and it just goes, and then somewhere in there this thing goes.
You hear like a.
All right. That's Theo. Eckankar, what are you going to do
Back
against
up.
these creatures?
Back up a little more. Sorry.
Okay.
Keep running.
They're somewhere
Yeah,
in their balls of darkness.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I can't get flanking, so I'll just move up side by side.
You're flanking.
And is it flanking with the
Flanking
if
with
I
the
move
snake, yeah.
here?
Yeah, with the
Is
snake.
that flanking? Okay, so then I'll do that.
right. You got a
Roll
plus
for
2
it.
to a hit up.
Yep.
Or with disadvantage.
So, 12.
12
So,
is not enough.
no. Roll again. Another
Come on.
attack.
There you go.
24 to hit.
Yes.
Yeah, and he'll smite.
All right,
Want to make
do
sure this guy
smiting
dies.
damage.
So, 5 damage off the top, and then an additional 14
Nice.
damage.
Oh my goodness.
And that's
There
Is
we
it
go.
radiant?
So, yeah,
That
radiant.
matters. Nice.
Just
There we go.
Nice.
You see him holding the hammer.
As
You
you
see
as you
how-
lift up your hammer, it's glowing with the power of Helm.
The blood of life.
All right, and
Nice.
then that'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it. All right, that will do it.
You see Hemo propped up on one of his swords like a cane, His knees are shaking.
Whoa.
Hema, are you all right?
There's a large
look awful.
flaming snake next to you that you didn't see 2 seconds ago.
Oh dear God!
Oh,
I'm not used to having a druid in the party. This is a lot.
are
one
we
more.
fighting this snake too?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back on the token layer so we can see you, Lear. This is the way the tokens work. And I'm
Sure.
moving this off to the side.
Oh, because of the
Yeah, but now you
Tracker.
are. Yeah, the tracker needs your token to be on the layer to see it. So, Lear, what are you going to do?
I will just head over towards this other shadowy man. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he'll just stop there for now.
Nice. It is now the Overshadow's turn. It sees you. It sees the snake coming. Oh, it's so delicious. Such energy. Life. Bring me life. It moves forward, and when it does so, it also brings forward the darkness that wants to envelop. The darkness moving with it. It senses you. Oh, so yummy life. It's going to attack you. You're going to get hit. You're going to take 10 points of necrotic damage.
Oh no!
And roll me a
Ow.
d4.
I wonder if the strength damage carries over.
And from the shape change, 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
And as
a
a reaction, I want to do cutting words.
Can you see them? Do you need to see them? I don't know. What does
Let me
cutting
double check.
words say? It gets a little bit weird at this higher levels.
Yeah. When a creature that you can see within 60 feet of you, yeah.
Yep, no problem.
And then
Okay.
that shadow creature must make a DC 18 dex, take 26 fire damage, save for half.
Nice. All right. I have to make, what is my saving throw?
18.
Oh, I'm going to fail,
26
There we
points of
go.
fire damage.
of which it takes half.
Nice, it's resistant to fire.
Ooh. Yeah.
I need to get like elemental adept or something.
Did you make
Yeah,
a
he's got
wall of
some
fire? Is that what I
immunities.
just caught?
No, he didn't make a wall of fire. He has a almost like
Flame
a
shield
super
on.
fire.
Thank you.
All right. Did you take damage, Lear?
Yeah, I gotta move it to the token.
Nice. Cool.
What do cutting words do?
Cutting words they can't do anything with them because they have to see them
Okay.
to use cutting words. All right. So
How are you going to critique their looks if you can't see them?
okay, cool.
true.
that brings us. That was Lear.
I have
Oh,
to
is
consult
it the
some other
Overshadow's
part
turn now?
That was his turn. He
He's
attacked
taking
me.
his turn.
He's still got another attack.
He did
He
that.
attacked me and a lot of things happened to him.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah.
I find this to be preposterous. Okay. And he's gone.
Yeah, I have blind sight. Where's he at?
He's hiding. He's not blind sight. He's actually
okay.
using blind sight doesn't
Actually
allow you
hiding.
to see. Yeah, he literally is using the hide action because he has a bonus action can hide while he's inside the darkness. So, and his.
I guess it's blind sense. I gotta find out what to do.
All right, that brings us to, and he's already moved this once on his turn, so I don't think he can move the darkness again. And that means it is now Hemo's turn.
I guess I can't find the thing. I'll hobble forward.
Poor Hemo.
I want to be on the token layer, please. Not the selection layer, please.
Yeah, Hemo's like,
No, that moves the map.
Yeah, but 5
what do you want to do,
strength.
sir?
Move forward. towards the darkness, 30 feet.
Your passive is not enough to see this creature.
I guess I'll attempt to locate it.
All right,
My
give
other
me
senses.
a perception roll, please. Now roll high, big number. Ah, crap.
Call it
Well, you don't have to
13 if
do.
it was,
we talked
yeah.
about not needing disadvantage, but so we'll give you the 13. Unfortunately, it's still not enough.
Still low.
But yeah, I'll do a search for that. I don't think that you get disadvantage on that, but we'll double check. All right,
No.
that brings us to Flander. Flander.
Okay. It's going to show to come out wherever you are, and give Lear bardic inspiration.
All right. There you are, Flander, and you're going to bardic inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there anything else you're going to do, Flander?
I can't see it.
Nope.
And I
You
don't
can
have-
seek for it though.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I will do
Other
that
people.
then.
Yeah.
Right.
Give me a perception roll.
Coming right up.
You're good at those, right?
Yeah. Come on.
Not
big
bad.
perception. Come on. Big money. There you go.
Yeah.
There
you
we go.
It's sitting in the
24.
corner pocket. That's where it's at. It's sitting right here in the corner.
Okay, and I'll show to he's down over there.
All right. Great. That brings us to Jaru. Jaru, what are you going to do?
He's right at the edge.
You are still hasted,
Yeah.
right? This
Blast
is difficult terrain, but you should be able to run around it. You don't have to
Yeah.
run through it.
So it can get there easily at
Yep.
my 80 movement speed.
Nice.
I'm going
He's like
to
running on the walls.
take my attack. 11, probably missed. Then I'm going to
Oh no, yeah.
booming blade.
Come on, big money. Hit him. Come on. Big. 20, 20, 16. Yeah, the 16 will hit him though.
All right.
Woo!
So-
Nice.
He takes half damage from thunder or from lightning or,
Well, that's
or
fine. It's better than no damage. 7 points of slashing and psychic, and then the booming blade does 9 points, so half of that. I will spend my extra action to disengage.
wait, you just did 9 more. I got to double check. I get that. Okay, and then
Well,
do your
it's
extra.
4 more.
Okay. Oh yeah, thank you.
Thunder.
Okay.
I spend my extra action to disengage, and I can move back out here.
Okay. Boom. Nice. Nice.
The hit and run blade
This
dancer.
is beautiful.
It's awesome. It's cool. Nice.
It's like
Unfortunately, it's a 4th level spell, right?
third.
Oh, that's not too bad then. It's not too bad.
Yeah, that's the
My other, my blade singing wizard in my other game has the Chardonnay stride to go real fast. That's a
All
fun
right,
one.
Theo, what are you gonna do? You know where it is. It's been called out.
Yep. Yeah, and he's hasted, so he can do a lot of simple attacks right now. So I think he's just gonna unload with his beam weapon. He's just sort of like coming out of his chest.
He is Iron Man.
Yeah.
He
26
is
will hit.
Iron Man.
Oh, I should roll. Hold on. I
You gotta
do
roll with disadvantage,
I'll roll one
yeah.
more, and then we'll call that disadvantage, right?
Still.
So
Hey,
Oh,
still hit it though.
Still good. Jeez.
So 8 points in the first hit.
8 points of what type of damage?
Lightning. So
Okay.
half.
All right.
Expecting you to do that.
Yeah,
half.
I just reminded me.
Second attack. 12 will probably miss. Right?
Miss. Oh yeah, missed.
All right, and then second action, we're doing attack action again, so 2 more attacks, right? 9 will miss.
Oh, you roll a
Second
natural
one
one.
Oh.
Shoot.
What?
It's just one extra attack.
1 extra attack as part of a simple
The
attack.
haste.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Yeah.
not a.
Is that
full
action surge?
Yeah, action surge
would
allows
Gives
give
you full
two
reaction.
additional-
Yeah, that's my
Full
thing.
action,
Step
yeah.
off.
Eh,
Haste is an
Hey, I can do it too.
additional action, which can be one attack,
Only in
disengage.
dip.
oh, it does say
dash.
right there, 1 attack, 1 weapon attack
Yeah.
only.
It's still pretty good though. I mean,
Yeah.
for being able
Yeah.
to do it 10 rounds, like every 10 times. Action
I'm
surge is
loving it.
one time. Yeah. All right, cool. Eckankar, this creature, you don't know what's going on, but it just seems to love it's trying to suck away your life, and you're coming after you. What are you gonna do? Eckankar?
Yeah. Ek will run up to
this is
here.
this is water, so just be careful. You are running through water, so just double count that.
Okay, so
That's the pond that was in there, so just double count that.
so
real quick.
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, so he can get to here in 1 action,
Yep.
and then move up to here
You're up at the edge of the wall, just looking at the edge of the darkness.
Everybody's at
Yep.
the edge, just looking in.
We're looking in. We're on the edge of
feel
glory,
that?
guys.
Just trying to spot it. What's going on?
I can't see
All
it.
right, Lear, what are you gonna do? You gonna try to take on the darkness?
Oh, 100%. Lear slithers way up there and starts lashing out with his big snake body. They count as magical attacks.
Did you roll a 15 to attack? You got to roll a disadvantage
15.
though.
Why?
But with blind sense, I don't think I need to.
Oh, you do have blind sense. Yeah, you can do it. You don't have to. Nice, you hit it. How much damage do you do?
12 bludgeoning, magical bludgeoning.
Nice. I forgot you had blind
And
sense.
I don't know if he can, but he's got to try a DC 18 grapple unless he's immune to that.
He is immune to grappling.
All right, that's fine.
Makes sense.
And I'll multi-attack with the bite with an 18.
Yes.
11 more
Go
piercing.
snake.
All right.
I'm just like thrashing along these shadows.
Yeah.
And this creature disappears, and along with it is the darkness. The shadow around it fades
Suddenly
away.
we can see the
Now
bright
it's just
twilight.
normal creepy darkness.
But
Wow.
the darkness and the oppressive nature does not fade. You may have defeated a few of the shadows, the lingering bodies, but you are not free of this place yet.
Oh boy.
But we're going to find out next week, or in 2 weeks. We're going to find out in 2 weeks as you try to find this cabin in the woods. And it's never ended badly.
No.
This is a great adventure
There's a whole movie.
so far. I have
Yeah.
5 strength.
Amazing
I'm a
movie.
fighter. I have 5 strength.
All right. Well,
It'll
we're
be
going to find out what's going on as you decide to randomly wander through the Barrow Woods.
Hold on, we followed a trail.
Hey,
There's
the
an actual
trees
trail.
told us
trail.
where to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, this is random. It's perfectly trail focused with a survivalist guy. No, we're in trouble.
All right. Let's find out
The
next
trees
week.
are
Or in
wise.
2 weeks. We're going to find out in 2 weeks. All right.
Excellent.
We'll see everybody in 2 weeks. So episode 4 coming then. Bye for now.
Thanks.
Bye.
Stay out of the darkness.
Bye for now.